For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Yo, what's up, fam? What's going on, everybody? Lisa Bells, what's going on, sis? Coach Malachi Williams in the building, and we back at y'all one more again. You see what I'm saying? So, hey, you know what, man? I have to have a new title for Sundays. We're gonna have pull-up Sundays, because I'm always talking about pulling up. You see what I'm saying? Well, I'm always talking about pulling up, so we're gonna have a pull-up Sunday. I went to good evening, Rachel, my sister Rachel. I haven't seen you since 1979. Where have you been, sis? You see what I'm saying? I am Dave. What's going on, fam? You know, my sister Lisa Bells. What's going on, sis? Let me know if y'all can hear the Ollie bell. Man. I'm gonna ring the Ollie bell. I don't know if you're gonna be able to hear it. I'm buying a new computer. Got to spend $2,600 for a new MacBook Pro. The issue is my computer. I have a MacBook Air, but I bought it in 2016, so I need something that's gonna have a lot stronger processing power for what I'm doing. I went to go buy one yesterday, but I'm in the process of moving, guys. So I'm in the process of moving. So the next I'm in the process of moving. You see what I'm saying? So in the next, got a new house. So in the next couple weeks, I'll be moving. You know what I mean? So that's why you haven't seen the studio set up yet, because I have everything set up. It's going to be set up in a new location. You know what I mean? So brand new computer. I'm buying a brand new MacBook Air. I mean a MacBook, not a MacBook Air. I'm buying a MacBook Pro. A new one, the one that just came out like in December last year. Processing power is very powerful. It will be able to handle me multitasking, doing live streams. There will be no more dragging and lagging and stuff like that. So that's what it's going to be. You know what I mean? So everything is going really good on this end. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. I'm very happy. But shout out to my sister Lisa Bells. I'm so happy to see this sister. My main man, I am Dave. Shout out to Ephraim. What's going on? Ephraim? What's going on, fam? What's going on with you? New Money DMG. I like that name, fam. New Money DMG. Ain't nothing like new money. You see what I'm saying? I guess the only thing better than new money is old money. Evening, Coach. Nick G, what's going on? Alphabet Boys are officially on Suicide Watch. Hey, Nick G, listen, man, we're going to talk about this today. We are going to talk about this today. Yes, we are. We have to talk about Joe B say Fanon back at the nut house. hey, listen, man, y'all easy though. You know what? We're not gonna lighten up. We gonna tighten up. You see what I'm saying? This is what we say in the South down here in Florida. We ain't gonna lighten up. We gonna tighten up. You know what I mean? Don't talk about it. Be about it. Don't meet me there. Don't meet me there. Beat me there. You see what I'm saying? We have to get on these guys today, man. Shout out to the LDBC killer in the building. You see what I'm saying? Good looking out for the super chat, fam. Hey, listen. We gonna address this today. Shout out to my brother Silver Stress. Shout out to Silver Stress. Aaron Story. What's going on, fam? I see you with the peace sign, baby. What's going on? You see what I'm saying? I see that. The Boxing King. What's going on, fam? I know this is last minute, guys. Shout out to Stu Brunts. Stu Brunts, what do you say? Hit the like, guys. Yeah, man, hit the like button, man. I know we ain't got that many people here right now, but then we'll be rolling in. I promise you. You know how we do it. G Funky Boxing. What you say? LDBC taking a huge L. Hey, listen. Hey, Ram. Shout out to Ram. Hey, back again. What a Sunday. Yes, absolutely. You know, I had no shot. I did drop the premiere video, right? And right when I had already recorded it, I had recorded the premiere video early this morning. Right after I recorded it and uploaded it and set it to premiere at a certain time, I got the because I follow all the fighters. I got an alert that Tyson Fury did an update. So I saw it and I saw it on his Twitter account. But not only that, shout out to my brother Benatti. Benatti actually sent me the link, but he didn't know that I had already seen Tyson Fury gave an update. So he didn't know that I seen it, but shout out to my brother Benatti, because I have a lot of people who be sending me stuff on my Instagram page. You know what I mean? Shout out to my brother Smith and West. Shout out to brother What About Wilder. partner on Pro Tem. I don't know what about why. Okay, this is what I'm gonna tell you guys. Hear me out. This is what I'm gonna tell you guys. 20 years ago, Hearn had a fight with Lennox Lewis. I'm gonna educate you guys on something, right? 20 years ago, and Lisa Bales, I'm pretty sure you remember this. 20 years ago, Hearn, Stu Brunt, shout out to you, fam. Shout out for the super chat. I really appreciate that. Oh, that's a beautiful baby. Oh, that's a beautiful baby. Listen, so 20 years ago, Hearn had a fight with Lennox Lewis, right? Hearn was a 20-1 underdog. He ended up knocking out Lennox Lewis in the upset, right? And then, but they had a rematch clause. I want you guys to hear me. They did have a rematch clause. So what happened was, after Rahman knocked Lennox Lewis out, he tried not to honor the rematch clause. This is true. I'm not making this up. This is true. You can look this up. So Rahman tried to move on and fight other people. He got offers from HBO to sign with them. He got offers from Showtime to sign with them, right? And he ended up hiring Don King as his promoter. So what happened was, Rahman. So what happened was, shout out to my brother from my brother Partha Pro Tem from India. Shout out all the way from India. So what happened? So what happened was, Lennox Lewis, Rahman tried to fight somebody else. He wanted a tune-up fight, right? Lennox Lewis wasn't having it. Lennox Lewis took Rahman to mediation. They didn't even get the arbitration. He took him to mediation. And when he took him to mediation, the judge in the mediator case said that no, Rahman, you cannot skip out of this fight. You are going to have to fight Lennox Lewis. Now, Rahman probably still could have tried to move on, right, to try to fight someone else. But what happened was Lennox Lewis threatened him with the lawsuit. He said, if you try to fight someone else, I'm going to sue your ass and take you to court because I have an arbitrator, I have a mediator judge who said that, hey, listen, you're going to have to uphold that contract that we signed. And so what Lennox Lewis could have done was he could have sued Rahman, right? And then maybe a judge could have put an injunction on Rahman so he couldn't have any more fights. Make it long story short, Rahman ended up what? Caving in, and he ended up fighting Lennox Lewis. And as you know, the rest is history. Lennox Lewis ended up knocking Rahman out. He hit him so hard he knocked his tooth. Through his lip. Yeah, so that's what happened. That's what happened. You know what I mean? So Rahman ended up fighting Lennox Lewis anyways. He ended up getting his tooth knocked through his lip. If you see that fight, it was one of the most brutal knockouts I have ever seen in my life. It was one of the most brutal knockouts I have ever seen in my life. Lennox Lewis hit that boy so hard that he knocked his tooth through his lippis. That's not a word, but y'all get what I'm saying. So and that's what happened. So when I said that, and we don't know the difference. And this is the thing, like Lennox Lewis activated his rematch clause immediately. Deontay Wilder activated his rematch clause immediately against Tyson Fury. You see what I'm saying? But we don't know what's going on. We don't know. You see what I'm saying? All I know is this here. Tyson Fury made an announcement today on his Instagram and on his Twitter confirming that they are fighting. He's fighting Anthony Joshua August the 14th. He said he heard a call from who? The Prince. So he didn't believe Eddie Hearn. Now, it is my opinion. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Now, if you're a pro Tyson Fury fan, you know what I mean? If you're a pro Tyson Fury fan, I don't want you to get upset. Fury says that means less than nothing. Wizard Sleeve, you're all right. I'm going to address that. If you are a pro Tyson Fury fan, you're going to say, if you are a pro Tyson Fury fan, you're going to say, yeah, Tyson Fury told y'all, he was going to fight. He came out and said it, the Gypsy King. The only problem is Tyson Fury is a known liar, right? He's a known liar. Me, that's why I said today I am cautiously optimistic. I stress the word cautious because we are dealing with Tyson Fury. If it was anybody else, if it was Deontay Wilder making an announcement saying, hey, man, I confirmed everything, me and Joshua was going to fight, I wouldn't be cautious at all. I know that fight is going to go down. Because of Tyson Fury's track record, I am cautiously optimistic. You see what I'm saying? Now, I'm gonna tell you the funny part about this, right? I'm gonna tell you the funny part about this. Tyson Fury did not believe Eddie Hearn when Eddie Hearn. We know Eddie Hearn made this fight happen. So I'm going to give Eddie Hearn his props, and I want to clarify something today. I want to clarify something today because I think it's some kind of confusion going on that I hate Eddie Hearn and I'm saying Eddie Hearn is a liar. No, let me clear everything up. But Tyson Fury did not believe Eddie Hearn. Apparently, they thought Eddie Hearn was lying. It's kind of funny, ironic to me that a known liar such as Tyson Fury didn't want to believe Eddie Hearn. So a liar did not want, thought that he was being lied to. You see what I'm saying? If that's funny, you know what I mean? If that makes sense. That's what kind of like, I think when you're a liar like Tyson Fury, you don't want to believe nobody because you know how much you lie. So you don't want to, you don't want to believe nothing else because you are a known liar, right? So, but that's neither here nor there. I'm not here to bang on Tyson Fury, right? But as it relates to Eddie Hearn did his job. Now, I still say that Eddie Hearn did lie to us. What he lied about was he said that. Now, I'm gonna make two points here. He said that everybody signed the contract. Tyson Fury never signed that particular contract as it relate to the fight being held on August the 14th or whatever. Now, whatever it is that Tyson Fury might have signed, and I'm trying to use my words very cautiously because we don't know. All we know, guys, is what Eddie Hearn said, what Bob Arum said, what Frank Warren said, what Tyson Fury said. So when you're hearing conflicting stories, what are you to believe and who are you to believe? You see what I'm saying? It's not like everything is a straight shot. It's not like everything is a straight shot, and then that's what it is. It's not like if Anthony Joshua said it, bam, we know that's it. It's not like if let's see what fighter out there has a good reputation, and when they say something, we know we won't second guess it. It's not like if Canelo Alvarez say something, bam, that's what it is. It's not like that. So when you're dealing with Tyson Fury, I don't know what to believe. But it's kind of ironic that when Anthony Joshua drops a video, he drops an Instagram post and he says, Spartan, I'm tired. My fans are tired. Your fans are tired. Less talk and more action. It's kind of funny that when Anthony Joshua drops a video, and let me find the video for you guys. Right? Because this is very important guys, that I don't have it linked up. I can pull it up on my phone though. I'll pull it up on my phone, guys. I'll pull it up on my phone. This is what I'm gonna do. I'll put it up on my phone, guys. I'll do that. But it's kind of funny that when Anthony Joshua drops a video and he says that just imagine if I'm training to fight this guy 3 months from now, and then 2 weeks before the fight, he pulls out. This is the type of character that I'm dealing with. It's kind of funny that as soon as Anthony Joshua drops that video, a week later or 4 or 5 days later, bam, now Tyson Fury is saying this and that. Smith and West said, I think the difference is the contract supposedly lapsed with Fury. So it'll be interesting what the arbitrator says. The thing is, Smith and West, we don't know. We got that information from Bob Arum. Bob Arum and we know how much Bob Arum lies. So we can't hold stock in what he's saying. But I do get what you're saying, brother. You think the difference is, and that's if it's true. We don't know. You see what I'm saying? See, this is the problem that we have in Smith and West. When we're dealing with people who are known, you know what I mean? Like who just let's lie. Bob Arum, yesterday I was lying. Today I'm telling the truth. At Tyson Fury, you never know when I'm lying or telling the truth, because when people say when I tell the truth, people think I'm lying, and when I'm lying, people think I'm telling the truth. When you're dealing with people like this, how am I or you supposed to believe anything that comes out of these guys' mouth, right? So Tyson Fury signing something doesn't mean anything. You see what I'm saying? But I think with Eddie Hearn's the reason why I say it's what he lied at, well, I believe he lied at, when he said that, hey, everybody agreed to everything and they signed off on it. Frank Warren came right back and said, well, everybody didn't agree. Tyson Fury wasn't happy, and Tyson Fury did not sign the contract. To this day, we don't know if Tyson Fury, I just said to this day like Wilder. to this day, we don't know if Tyson Fury signed that contract. We just know that Tyson Fury said he talked to the prince. You see what I'm saying? Prince Khalid is the deputy defense minister of Saudi Arabia, and his family is worth $1 trillion. So the money being put up for Joshua Fury and his pocket change, Prince Khalid. Yes, Victor, I understand that. And guess what? Tyson Fury understood that as well. But he still was saying, we don't believe, where the money at, yada, yada, yada. Everybody knows this, Victor. If you know this and you don't know the Prince, you don't know Bob Arum, you don't know Frank Warren, they know this already. It seems like to me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. It seems like to me, guys, I'm going to just be honest with you. Saudi Arabia and John L. Sullivan, two things I can't stand. I have been to Saudi. Right. I've never been there. It seems to me, guys, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Smith & West, Lisa Bells, it seems to me, brother, it seems to me that Tyson Fury was trying to get out of this fight. I'm going to just be honest with you. That, if you are a pro Tyson Fury fan, I'm going to go easy today. If you are a Tyson Fury fanboy, I'm going to even go easy on the fanboys. It seems to me that Tyson Fury was trying to back out of it. To me. You see what I'm saying? Because they knew Eddie Hearn was right. And listen, if I said anything wrong as it relates to Eddie Hearn, I'm on this show today. I am apologizing because Eddie Hearn is my favorite promoter. He is my favorite promoter. But the only thing I still get on him about, he never should have said anything. Because he kept saying we're gonna get an announcement in 2 weeks, and 2 weeks, and 2 weeks. 2-3 months went by, and it took us all the way up to this point to get an announcement. And then as soon as we got an announcement, we're hearing from Frank Warren, well, Tyson Fury ain't signing no contract. He never signed anything. We don't know where the money is at, yada, 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 yada. When they knew who the sources were who were putting the money up. They knew who the sources were, where the money was coming from, guys. They knew where the money was coming from. They knew the money was coming from the Prince. But they can't see. This is what I think what was going on too, guys. This is what I think what was going on too. I think they was telling Eddie Hearn one thing behind closed doors, but then when they got in front of the camera, they said something totally different. That's a possibility. What could be going on as well, guys? It's a possibility that whatever they said, and when I say they, whatever what was going on in the background in negotiations, this is why Eddie Hearn was saying, I don't understand where this is coming from. I just spoke to Bob Arum. I just spoke to Tyson Fury's camp, and they are on the same board. They are on board. Everything is fine. They know what's going on. But then when they get in front of the camera, they say something totally different. They say something totally different. Aaron Storrs say, I think there may well have been some money shenanigans. I don't think it was even any money shenanigans, Aaron, my brother. I don't think it was any money shenanigans, because they knew the money was coming from the Prince of Saudi Arabia. If you know this is the same guy that put the money up for Anthony Joshua to fight Andrew Ruiz, why would you even question that? So I think that they were trying to find a way to back out of this. My opinion. I really believe that, Aaron. I know you don't believe that, sir, but I really believe that. You see what I'm saying? But we don't know. Do I have any facts on this? I don't have any facts. I'm not one of the guys who says my sources tell me that mate, I'm just glad it's sorted. We don't really know if it's sorted yet. We just heard Tyson Fury gave an announcement, but Tyson Fury has given many announcements. What did Tyson Fury say differently today? He just said that he spoke to the Prince of Saudi Arabia, and he confirmed that the fight is happening August the 14th. That's what he said. He didn't say he signed the contract though, but he said the fight is happening August the 14th. You see what I'm saying? Now, we are dealing with a guy who has mental health issues, right? We're dealing with the guy who has mental health issues. He was just down here in Miami where I'm at, partying with Adrian Broner, having drinks. So Tyson Fury is the reincarnated John L. Sullivan, the same style or lack. I don't get why people like that slop. Yeah, I don't know. Steve J, what's going on, fam? Joel Sanchez, what to say, fam? My homie ain't seeing it. Hey, listen. But I'm gonna tell you guys why I say don't be surprised if Fury picks up an injury before the fight. George Sanchez, what you say, fam? He just saying what he thinks. Yeah, so this is what I'm saying. What I'm saying, Aaron, is this, brother. Fury was drinking in Miami with Adrian Broner. I can show you the video. I can actually show you the video. That's all over the internet. He was in Miami right when Billy Joe Saunders got beat down last week in a violent effort to try to defeat Canelo Alvarez. Fury jumped on the plane and went straight to Miami, and he was in the club partying with Adrian Broner, and they was drinking. That's facts. I'm not making this up. This ain't fake news. You can see it. It's facts. It's all on social. It's all over social media. Just look up Adrian Broner and Tyson Fury on Instagram, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? So, we're dealing with the guy. We're dealing with the guy that's dealing with mental health issues. We're dealing with the guy who has a history of lying, and we're dealing with the guy who has a history of pulling out of fights. This is why I say I am cautiously optimistic. Cautiously, we heard it's coming from Tyson Fury. So if you are a person who don't believe anything Tyson Fury says, you are of the opinion that I believe it when I see Tyson Fury's in the ring. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I will believe it when I see Tyson Fury's in the ring. I'm just gonna be honest with you. What's up, Coach? I need to hear it from a credible source, not just from Fury. Chat. I can't say your whole name. I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. I will believe it when I see Fury is in the ring. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. We're dealing with the guy who has mental health issues, and we're dealing with the guy who lies all the time. And from what my brothers and sisters from the UK told me, that every time Tyson Fury opens his mouth, he is lying. What my brothers and sisters from the UK told me, and you guys from the UK who are from the UK, you guys have educated me on this, that you cannot believe a word that comes out of Tyson Fury's mouth. You guys have educated me on this. So I'm going to piggyback off of what you guys have told me, and for what I'm seeing with my own eyes and from my own ears. This guy, listen, I ran down, I ran down the list of 18 lies we have heard since we heard the rumor that this fight is going to happen. So what am I going to believe? That's all I'm saying, guys. So now we heard it from Tyson Fury. I'm not jumping up and down, getting excited. I am cautiously optimistic. And August is a long way from now. You see what I'm saying? We're talking about what, 3 months? 3 months from now, August the 14th. So 3 months from now, this fight is supposed to go down. So what we're gonna do today, I'm gonna put some respect on Eddie Hearn's name. Eddie Hearn. Let me clear this up with Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn is my favorite promoter. If this fight was to be pulled off, even if this fight is not pulled off, Eddie Hearn did his job. You see what I'm saying? It seems like that Bob Arum and Frank Warren and Tyson Fury, John Fury as well, were trying to sabotage Eddie Hearn. Because I've never seen a fight where you have two promoters involved, three promoters involved, but only one promoter is trying to make the fight happen, and the other two promoters are sitting back bashing the promoter that's trying to make the fight happen. Eddie Hearn did all of the legwork. Eddie Hearn is the one that made all of this work. You see what I'm saying? So now, Tyson Fury, for whatever it's worth, I just can't believe the guy. I don't believe him. You see what I'm saying? So King Midas, what you say, fam? Warren and Arum were pissed that when Hearn announced it first. Maybe Fury is just getting in there first to steal the limelight. Well, Fury's not even getting in there first because Eddie Hearn already announced that the fight has been confirmed for August the 14th. You see what I'm saying? He's already confirmed it, right? So this is what I think. And listen, I want to drop a link in the description. Let me drop a link down here, guys. Tell me, what do you think? Do you think that it's kind of making sense to me now what Eddie Hearn was saying? When he was giving interviews, he was saying, I don't understand where this is coming from because I just spoke to Tyson Fury's team. I just spoke to Bob Arum, and they were on the up and up, and they not on the up and up, and they were, they agreed. We was on the same board. But then it seemed like when Eddie Hearn leaves, get off the phone with them, Tyson Fury will say something totally opposite of what Eddie Hearn said. Frank Warren will say something totally opposite of what Eddie Hearn said. Bob Arum will say something totally opposite. And all three of them were saying the exact same thing, and they making Eddie Hearn look bad. So I think they was just trying to make Eddie Hearn look bad in the public light, right? And then I also think that Tyson Fury was trying to back out this fight. I honestly believe that because he kept saying, I've been inactive. I need to fight somebody, yada, 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 yada. Reese James, who is a credible source? Man, listen, man. You know, I'm just being honest with you guys. You know, way too much time. Like you say, even Fury signing don't mean he's making it to the ring. Yeah, man. I mean, that's what I'm saying, man. Like, Eddie did well despite the fact that Fury team isn't doing anything. And this is what I'm saying. And this is what I'm saying. Like, you know, this is what I believe now. Ron Franklin, what you say, brother? You say Eddie Hearn is the guy, AJ is the man, and Fury know what's popping worldwide. Right. You see what I'm saying? So, and when Fury made this announcement, if you look at the beginning of the video before he started smiling at the end, he looked like he had like nervous energy. He didn't look like he was just so excited. You see what I'm saying? I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. That's why I'm saying I am cautiously optimistic. Peter Barnos, what you say, fam? In reality, Fury and Johnson is the only any fight that makes sense. Arbitration was nothing but nonsense. No, I can't say arbitration was nothing but nonsense because I don't know where you from, Peter Barnos. But here in the United States, right? I'm assuming you're from the UK. Here in the United States, you know, again, if I'm Peter Barnos, are you familiar with Hakeem Rahman and Lennox Lewis? Shout out to my brother. Shout out to Bold and Understanding. Shout out to Bold and Understanding. Shout out to you, fam. If you are familiar with the Hakeem Rahman and Lennox Lewis situation, you will not be saying that the arbitration was nonsense. You clearly don't know. I'm not familiar, brother, with the Hakeem Rahman and Lennox Lewis situation. Because Hakeem Rahman fought Lennox Lewis. He tried, and they had a rematch clause, and Hakeem Rahman tried to avoid Lennox Lewis and fight someone else. Lennox Lewis went to the mediator, and the mediator ruled in Hakeem Rahman's ruled in Lennox Lewis' favor, saying that Hakeem Rahman cannot skip out on that contract. He had to honor it. And Hakeem Rahman was going to try to skip out anyways and fight. And Lennox Lewis said, I'm going to sue you and take you to court and have an injunction placed against you so you won't be able to fight nobody until you fight me. And Hakeem Rahman ended up bowing down and fighting Lennox Lewis, and he ended up getting knocked out, put to sleep. You see what I'm saying? So Peter Barnox, the arbitration is not foolishness. It's not nonsense. It might be nonsense, you know, it might be nonsense to you, and I understand that. You know, I can say Wilder's arbitration was pure BS. Yeah, but I don't know. We don't know what it was. I can't say it was pure BS because they did have a contract to fight for a third match. You see what I'm saying, Peter Barnox? They did have a contract to fight for a third match. That's facts. I mean, that's just facts. You see what I'm saying? Wilder didn't make that up. You see what I'm saying? Wilder did not make that up. They had a contract for a third fight. That's been confirmed by Frank Warren, if you want to believe him. That's been confirmed by Tyson Fury, if you want to believe him. That's been confirmed by Bob Arum, if you want to believe him. And even Eddie Hearn mentioned that as well. You see what I'm saying? So how strong it is, I don't know, right? Fighters have skipped out on contracts in the past. Roberto Duran has done it before. I mean, it's been done. But as it relates to the Lennox Lewis situation, Rahman had to fight Lennox Lewis. He could have said the heck with Lennox Lewis and try to fight someone else. But if Lennox Lewis was to took him to court and sued him, Lennox Lewis probably could have had an injunction block on that. It's happened before. So it's happened before. You see what I'm saying? But again, if you are yeah, I see what you're saying. But I do understand where you're coming from, Peter. But I agree with you about Fury. Eddie Hearns and Frank Warren have both said it's happening on the 14th, August 21st, Saudi Arabia. Yes, Frank Warren has finally said it. I don't give Frank Warren no credit because Frank Warren was the same guy that said that Tyson Fury is not happy with the contract. The money's not there, and he hasn't signed anything. Only to 3 days later, turn around and confirm that the date has been confirmed. That Frank Warren. So no, we're not giving Frank Warren no credit. We're giving it all to Eddie Hearn. All the praise and credit goes to Eddie Hearn. I think Rahman Lewis thing was different. It was more concrete contract. While the Fury thing seems like some gentleman's agreement. No, it wasn't a gentleman's agreement. They had a contract. Chat get banged. They had a physical contract. It was not a gentleman's agreement. They didn't have a gentleman's agreement. That's not true, sir. That's not true, sir. You know what I mean? But fighters have ducked out of contracts before in the past. But that's neither here nor there. We don't know what's going to happen. If you believe in Tyson Fury, if you are a Tyson Fury fan, and you believe in Tyson Fury, then this is good news for you guys. For me, I am cautiously optimistic. I am of the opinion now. I listen, the fans from the UK who know Tyson Fury, who understand Tyson Fury, and I have looked at Tyson. I had to go back and look at a lot of things. I don't believe 2 words come out of Tyson Fury's mouth. It is my opinion based on actions, words, and deeds that I have seen from Tyson Fury myself. Forget what anybody else has told me. I don't believe a word that man says out of his mouth. That's me. You see what I'm saying? That's just me. Tyson Fury is probably one of the biggest liars I've ever seen in the sport of boxing. I don't believe anything he says. This is why I said that I am cautiously optimistic. Cautiously, right? Oh, wait a minute. My computer looked like it's going to die. Let me get my charger. Hold on, guys. All right, guys, I'm back. This is why I say I am cautiously optimistic. Paul Burt, what do you say, Coach? Do you think Deontay Wilder knows something? We don't. This is why he's training now, possibly. Would it make sense the same amount of time out of the ring? Yeah, that's another thing too. I don't know about that, fam. I really don't know, Paul, but it is kind of coincidental that Tyson Fury hasn't fought since the last time he fought Wilder, and Wilder hasn't fought since the last time he fought Fury. G's Edwards, what do you say, fam? I agree with you about Fury. Oh, yeah, that's old. I read that before I read. Okay, so I think Rockman Lewis is different. Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying. About that. But Southern Realist, you don't need AJ to confirm. AJ all in from day one. Right, exactly. Right. Now, if it came from Anthony Joshua, I believe it. But Anthony, hold on, guys. Hold on. I gotta let you guys hear this. Tell me, do you agree with this? Tell me, do you agree with this? Well, this is from Anthony Joshua, and I played this earlier. If you are, and I only want to hear from a Tyson Fury fan. If you are a Tyson Fury fan, tell me, guys, do you agree with what Anthony Joshua is saying right here? Let me see. I'm gonna here it goes. Here we go. You know,
imagine I'm now set to fight Fury 3 months away. Imagine I'm now set to fight Fury 3 months away. And then 2 weeks before the fight, he pulls out. This is the type of character I'm dealing with. So what I'm just gonna bide my time. When he's ready, he knows where I am. I'm keen. I'm a straight shooter. I don't mess around. If he wants to fight, he knows I'll fight. He knows I'll fight him. And I say the longer he leaves it, the worse it is. So he wants to come to me now because I'm still developing and learning. So all I'm saying is that with everything I've seen going on with Fury, I've just known when he's ready, when he's settled, and he knows exactly what he's doing, come and find me. Because I can't be chasing a man that's fighting Wilder, fighting Caballero, announcing he's fighting me twice this year. I just realized that let me just wait until he's ready and he'll know where I'm at.
Right. So do you agree with this, Tyson Fury fans? And another thing I want to say. William says that Coach Wilder can't do nothing about the fight. How do you know? Like you gotta like, don't just tell me what Wilder can't do and Fury can do this and do that. How do you know? Explain to me how. Tell me something. You gotta, don't just say something. Tell me how. What proof do you have? You see what I'm saying? What proof do you have? And I'm gonna ask you another question, William. Are you familiar with Hakeem Rockman and Lennox Lewis? Shout out to my brother Blood, Retro Boxing. This guy right here, Retro Boxing and documentaries. This guy know more about the sport of boxing than I can ever know. This guy is like a boxing historian. If there's anything that I don't know and I'm not sure about, I can get in contact with my brother right here, and he will educate me and tell me what I need to know and tell me why I need to find it at. That guy right there. This guy, also known as Blood Boxing. This guy right here is the real deal. You see what I'm saying? My brother Blood, right here in Florida with me. And hey, Blood, I'm moving up there to where you at as well. I'll let you know exactly what city. I'll put it this way. I'm going to be about an hour and a half away from you. Yeah, about an hour and a half away from you. You see what I'm saying? So this is what I'm saying. Like, I understand the pro Tyson Fury fans, because you're speaking from your hate for Wilder. You're speaking from your hate for Wilder. But I don't want you to speak from hate. When you say that you know about the contract and Wilder can't do nothing, tell me how you know he can't do nothing. I mean, just tell me. Peter Barnard said the arbitration nonsense was more LDBC BS. Yeah, it was LDBC BS, but the arbitration was not. But they did have a contract, right? So Halim said, "Look, contract is just set the emotion for the fight." So all I'm saying is this here. I'm not even trying to bring the arbitration into it. My question is this here: if you are a Tyson Fury fan, what did I just say, Coach? No. I'm just saying, if you are a Tyson Fury fan, are you familiar with the Lennox Lewis Hassan Rahman situation 20 years ago? If you are not familiar with it, I can't even have a discussion with you about that, because everything I say will go up over your head. It'll go over your head. So my brother Retro says Stu Brunson, Ronald. All of you hit the like button. Yeah, man. Everybody hit the like button, man. If you're new to the channel, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. This channel here is only for fans only. People who are fans of the sport of boxing. We do not want fanboys on this channel. I want to weed the fanboys out. I don't need fanboys. We only need fans. And everybody in this chat loves the sport of boxing. No, Peter Barnas, I wasn't talking about you, fam. I wasn't saying that you said it. I think William said that Wilder couldn't do anything. I wasn't saying you, Peter Barnas. So I apologize for that. And if I did, I do apologize. I was wrong. This channel is a boxing fans channel, not a fanboy. We bang on fanboys over here. So if you are a fanboy and you're watching this ain't for you. Go to the Alphabet Boy channels, aka the letter people. You know what I mean? The letter people. Listen, just me, if you grew up in the United States, just me saying the letter people alone will let you know how old I am. Southern Realist, tell us about the Lewis-Rahman situation. I had mentioned it already. What you say, Coach? Most of them wasn't born 20 years ago. Yeah, you're right about that. They wasn't born 20 years ago, so they don't know. They don't know. That Lewis-Rahman makes no difference at this juncture and is irrelevant. I understand that, but you still didn't answer the question. Peter Varnos, how old are you, sir? How old are you? That'll tell me everything I need to know. And for you to say that it's irrelevant, that means that you know who Judge Weinstein is. And I have another question. Since you guys know so much about Fury, and you guys know that Fury can do what he wants to do, and nothing is going to stop Fury, whatever the case may be, can you explain to me why Fury hasn't had a fight in 15 months? The exact same time that Wilder has had a fight in 15 months. Can anybody explain that to me? I only want to hear from Tyson Fury fans. If you are a Tyson Fury fan and you represent for Tyson Fury, and if you know so much, because it seems like you guys know a whole lot, right? Peter Barnard, my brother he said, I've been in court volumes of times. I do contracts and timeless terms and conditions. Okay, but what do you do? What are you from the U.S. on Peter Barnard? Do you know about U.S. law? Because you have, you could be a lawyer, but if you're a criminal lawyer may not know anything about civil law. That's why you have different categories of attorneys. You have civil attorneys who specialize in civil matters. Like over here in America, you had Johnny Cochran. He was a criminal defense attorney, right? He was known for that. We have another a civil attorney. I forgot the brother's name. He's a black guy. I forgot the brother's name. He's the baddest civil attorney. Wow, what's his name? Something Gary. Ronald Gary. I forgot his name. Hold on, let me look him up. His last name is Gary. His last name is Gary. You see what I'm saying? His last name is Gary. I forgot. Willie Gary. Willie Gary is bad when it comes to civil law. So, because you've been to court volumes of times and you do contracts and timeless terms and conditions, what does that mean, sir? What does that mean? What you've been to court countless of times and you do countless contracts. What kind of contracts do you do? What do you specialize in? Are you an attorney? Do you know anything about the Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury situation? See, you're gonna have to come with more than that with me. You see what I'm saying? You're gonna have to come with more than that with me. Not knocking your credentials or whatever. That's what you say. No, not Gary Coleman. Willie Gary. His name is Willie Gary. Peter Barnard say, Coach, you're grasping for straws. Okay. Well, if you feel that way, sir, then you probably just ignore everything I'm saying. This isn't for you. I won't ask you any more questions. Peter Barnard. This isn't for you, sir. This is not for you. Peter Barnard say I'm grasping for straws. How? What am I grasping for? You still haven't answered any of my questions. I asked you, were you familiar with the Hassan Rahman and Liz Lewis situation? You say that was irrelevant as it relates to this. That tells me everything I need to know about you who got contracts and such. You see what I'm saying? You've been to court many times, so I'm done with that. I'm done with that. And if you're not Bob Arum, Frank Warren, or Tyson Fury, or the people who are involved, you don't know anything about what's going on with that situation, sir. With all due respect. Because I'm pretty sure that you're probably from the UK, and I'm pretty sure that you might not be old enough to know anything about what's going on with as it relates to U.S. law. UK law and U.S. law is different, with all due respect. But we're going to agree to disagree with that, Peter Barnard, and I won't address you anymore on that. I read your post. All right, whatever. Anyways, let me move on. Let me get off that. So anyways, Fury has not fought in 15 months because they could not generate enough money to put on the fight. Why is that? Canelo Alvarez fought in the pandemic. Terence Crawford fought in the pandemic. Anthony Joshua fought in the pandemic. And Anthony Joshua, last time I checked, is way bigger than Tyson Fury. I'm saying from a draw standpoint. Anthony Joshua is the cash cow of the heavyweight division. If Anthony Joshua can fight, in the pandemic, and you're saying that Fury has not fought in 15 months because they could not generate enough money to put on a fight, how was Canelo able to generate enough money to put on a fight? How was Anthony Joshua able to generate enough money to put on a fight? Two of the biggest cash cows in the sport of boxing. Can someone explain that to me? Tyson Fury ain't nowhere near on their level. You know what I mean? He's nowhere near on their level at all. That's what I want to know. Hey, Toon, sorry about that, fam. Sorry about that. Shout out to my brother Toon. Shout out to my brother Toon for the super chat. My brother said I'm just sliding in. What's good, coach? Oh man, just we just chopping it up. That's all. But anyways, we're gonna move on from contracts and this and that because we're gonna agree to disagree. Because there ain't nothing Peter Barnard's going to say to me to get me to agree with him as related to this subject matter, and there's nothing I'm going to say that's going to get him to him to agree with me. So we're going to agree to disagree. Move on. So now the question is this. Correct, Coach Joshua. Make this amount of money fighting anyone. Fury can't. Exactly. So Fury is this one fighter. They can't get money up. They can't get money up. They can't get money up for him to fight people. But when it comes to Anthony Joshua, they can raise money up for him to fight in the pandemic. And when it comes to Canelo Alvarez, they can raise money up for him to fight in the pandemic. Canelo has had 3 fights in the pandemic. So that tells me that man, maybe they ain't got no, maybe they ain't got faith in Fury like that. I don't know. But how is the cash cow of the heavyweight division can fight during the pandemic, and how is the cash cow in the sport of boxing can have 3 fights in the pandemic, but Tyson Fury, who can't sell flies to shit, can't get money to fight during the pandemic? What you say, my brother? Answer. Greedy managers and less than a cash cow Tyson Fury. Exactamundo. That's the answer, Topin Time. That's the answer, brother. That's the answer. That's the answer. Peter Von Oss, I'm not trying to get you to agree with me because I'm just stating facts. Those are your facts, sir. Facts are very subjective sometimes. My facts is different from your facts. That's all I'm saying. But Tyson Fury hasn't fought in 15 months. Deontay Wilder hasn't fought in 15 months. But that's neither here nor there. Bob has laid out a lot of money, and unless he knows the guarantee, he's not putting on the fight. He needs Joshua. Exactly. Bob Arum has lost a lot of money with Tyson Fury. Bob Arum says he's in the red when it comes to Tyson Fury. He says he's in the red when it comes to Tyson Fury. Helene, what you say, my brother? Eddie Hearn and Frank Warren put on shows in the UK in the pandemic. Exactly. But when it came to Tyson Fury, it's something totally different. They got to pay Canelo $365 million. King might have said ESPN had the cash, but wouldn't allow Fury to fight a Lemmy. Exactly. Exactly. All of those are the right answers. Fury didn't want to fight Wilder anymore after he said he would. Whatever happened between Fury and Wilder, that's neither here nor there. The fact of the matter is this, since we're talking about facts, Fury has not had a fight. Fury has not had a fight since he fought Deontay Wilder. Fury has not had a fight since he fought Deontay Wilder. And that's been for a reason. No Tyson Fury fans will address that. They know everything else, but when it comes to that, they don't know why Fury hasn't had a fight in 15 months. Everybody else is addressing it. ESPN had the cash, but wouldn't allow Fury to fight a Lemmy. That's facts. They was not going to allow him to fight a hobo, a bomb, another Odo Wallin, Tom Schwartz. Fury has lost a whole lot of. Bob Arum said he lost a whole lot of money. He's in the red with Tyson Fury. So they need this. They need either the Wilder fight to even try to recoup, or they definitely need the AJ fight. The AJ fight they're going to recruit. Because Frank Warren going to get his cut. Bob Arum is going to get his cut because he got to make all his money back that he invested in Tyson Fury, right? MTK Global going to get their cut. The tax man going to get their cut, right? So when this fight happens, if the fight happens, if or when, depending on who you want to believe, if you believe Tyson Fury, it'll happen. If you want to believe Eddie Hearn, it'll happen. You know, me, I believe Eddie Hearn. I don't trust Tyson Fury. Hard for me to believe a habitual liar. I don't believe fighters who skip out on fights and sign contracts and don't honor them. That's why I say I am cautiously optimistic. You have to stay a week in the bubble. Canelo Alvarez did it. Anthony Joshua did it. William said, what you say, fam? You say, Killy boy, Fury is no cash cow in the UK. Fury ain't no cash cow nowhere on the planet. He's not a cash cow in America neither. You know, he's a good talker though. I like Fury. I like the way Fury talks trash. He's a good talker, but I just don't like his I get back in the UK, the Tyson Fury fans, they call lies head games. So I say head games is a way to dress it up. They say the lies are head games. You know what I mean? Ryan, what do you say, Coach? Talk about how you see the actual fight going, AJ versus Fury. I'm going for Anthony Joshua. I'm going to bet $1,000 on Anthony Joshua. And I mean that. And I have the money to bet it. I'm betting $1,000 on Anthony Joshua. That's going to be my big fight. That's going to be my big fight bet. And when I do it, I'm going to show it to you guys right here. I'm going to show it to you guys right here on the phone. I'm going to show you when I place the bet. I'm betting on Anthony Joshua by knockout. And that's it. That's it. I'm just betting on Anthony Joshua. How I see the fight playing out, I think that the stuff that Tyson Fury did to Deontay Wilder, and Deontay Wilder didn't have any footwork. Deontay Wilder was sitting there looking wide-eyed. Deontay Wilder's legs wasn't up under him for whatever the reason, I don't know. I think that Tyson Fury doesn't have any power in his punches that can hurt Joshua, because Tyson Fury is not really a power puncher. I just think that, Anthony Joshua, he has more tools in his arsenal than Deontay Wilder. I think the body work is going to be key. I think Tyson Fury, the landlord, aka not Tyson Fury, I think Anthony knock him out the box Joshua. I think that he needs to make this fight an ugly fight. He needs to go to Tyson Fury's body. He has a lot of flab down there. If you watch any of Tyson Fury's fights, no one goes to his body. And I can't root for Tyson Fury. I'm going to tell you why. Because I am of the belief that if Tyson Fury wins, he is going to retire. And I know the narrative is going to be, I'm the Gypsy King. I went all over the world. I beat Vladimir Klitschko. I went to the U.S. I beat Deontay Wilder. He's the hardest puncher in the history of the heavyweight division. Like, who the hell said that? Deontay Wilder is the hardest puncher in the heavyweight division. If you knocked out a bunch of Uber drivers who couldn't take your punch, and then people like Malik Scott who just laid down, you can't say he's the hardest hitting puncher in history of the heavyweight boxing. A lot of those fighters back then had chins. It's punches that Deontay Wilder hit guys with, they would have stood up to that punch, i.e. George Foreman, i.e. Muhammad Ali, i.e. Mike Tyson. A lot of those fighters, there's never been a one punch that knocked them out. Never. So I don't agree with that. That Wilder is the hardest hitting punch in the heavyweight division. It sounds good from a marketing standpoint. You know what I mean? But I got AJ stopping Tyson Fury with breaking him down to the body and then knocking him out with that left hook. You know what I mean? And if you don't catch him with the left hook, because Tyson Fury likes to do what? Duck his head all the time. Duck his head. And just like Billy Joe Saunders, when he ducked his head down to Canelo's uppercut, I think that Anthony Joshua is going to be able to impose his will on Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury will get his first loss, in my opinion. I won't bet $1 on Tyson Fury, and I honestly mean that. I know it's going to piss off a lot of Tyson Fury fans, but I do not believe in your guy. Nobody goes to Tyson Fury's body. Well, I take that back. Odo Wallin did. Odo Wallin, and if you pressure Tyson Fury, like just come at him like Odo Wallin did, you can split him, cut him open, make it real ugly. So I just got, I'm betting money on Anthony Joshua. That's it. I don't have a dog in the fight. I'm not from the UK. I don't have a love affair with Anthony Joshua. I don't have a love affair with Tyson Fury. You asking me who I'm betting on? I'm betting on Anthony, knock him out the box, Joshua. And I hope like hell he stop him. And I'm betting on the knockout. I don't see that fight going 12 rounds. I just don't. I don't see that fight going 12 rounds. I'm betting $1,000 on Anthony Joshua. And not only am I saying it, today is Today is May 16th, 2021. I'm going to show it to you guys. This is who I place my bet on, Anthony Joshua. Period. That's it. That's it. That's just my bet. That's just my bet. That's my bet. You know what I mean? Because I don't need, we need to keep the sport of boxing alive. Peter Varnett said, you don't like Fury's love handles, coach? Fury, now listen, don't get me wrong, guys. Fury is a damn good boxer. That irky-jerky style, where he do his feints, he's one of the best when it comes to doing his feints. Right? He's one of the best when it comes to doing his feints. And I can't slight Tyson Fury at all. Tyson Fury is probably he's one of the best boxers in boxing right now. I can't take that from him. I can't take that from him. But if you ask me who I like, who I'm betting money on, I ain't betting no money on Tyson Fury. I can't bet no money on Tyson Fury. Now, if Tyson Fury was fighting Deontay Wilder, I might, you might have me on that. I don't care what the Vegas odds are. I don't care if Vegas has Tyson Fury the favorite 20-1. I don't care if Anthony Joshua is a 20-1 underdog. I don't care if all of the bookies in the UK are saying that Tyson Fury is the favorite and he's going to beat Anthony Joshua. I'm not making a bet based on what no bookies are saying. I'm making my bet based on who I think is going to win the fight. I got my money on Anthony knock him out the box Joshua. Period. I think he's hungry. He wants that belt bad. Tyson Fury don't care nothing about belts. Tyson Fury just want bragging rights. Tyson Fury just, and he said it. He said, I don't care nothing about belts, this and that. I just, want to knock MFs out. Okay. I got my money on Anthony Joshua. I got my money on the guy who ain't really doing that much talking. I got my money on the guy who they said, I think quite a few Tyson Fury fans was telling me, yeah, Anthony Joshua ain't nothing. He's a convicted drug dealer, this and that. I got my money on the guy who is a really, really nice guy. I want him to have that Vladimir Klitschko killer instinct. I just got my money on AJ, man. That's it. And I'm going to tell you how I see the fight going down. I see left hooks to the body, liver shot, followed up with an uppercut. Left hook to the body, followed with an uppercut. I see AJ coming in there, making it an ugly fight, an inside fight game. I can see Tyson Fury getting cut with a hook. I can see his eyes getting cut wide open with a hook. I see that. That's what I see. And that's just how I got it. Now, only time will tell. Only time will tell if that's what's going to happen. But you ask me who I like, how I see the fight playing out. I see Tyson Fury getting dropped multiple times from body shots. I see left hook cutting him open, knocking him out or stopping him. My favorite punch from Anthony Joshua is his check left hook. He has an underrated check left hook. That's my prediction. I got AJ for the win by knockout. And if you ask me what round I think the fight is going to get stopped in, I can see a 9th or 10th round stoppage, knockout. I'm going to say somewhere between the 9th and the 10th round. It won't see 12. It won't see 12. It won't see 12. That's me. You know what I mean? So that's me. I just think that Nick G, what do you say for him? I can't wait for the press conference and we'll see and hear the best of AJ, in my opinion. Don't think Fury will be able to get to him. No, Fury can't get to AJ talking wise. Anthony Joshua cannot out-talk Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury is going to talk. He's going to say this. He's going to say I'm the best ever, and yada yada. I did this to Deontay Wilder. See, this is what they did. They hyped up Deontay Wilder. They hyped up Deontay Wilder. In order to big up Fury. Fury did a good thing. He stopped Deontay Wilder. He did that. I can't take that from Tyson Fury, right? But I'm telling you, I'm betting $1,000 on Anthony Joshua. I hope like hell that Anthony Joshua is the underdog, so I'm gonna make me some good money on that. Ain't nobody. I get it. I know that the UK media, they really love Tyson Fury, and I know that the UK media really loves Tyson Fury, and they really been bigging him up, and all of them are saying that Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua can beat Tyson Fury. Hell, even here in the US, you got American heavyweight champs like Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson always wrong when it comes to a fight. Mike Tyson said this. What the hell I mean? Everybody know I was a fanboy of Mike Tyson growing up. Mike Tyson is the same guy that said that Mikey Garcia was going to beat Errol Spence. And we saw how that happened. Mike Tyson, Sugar Ray Leonard was the same guy that said Mikey Garcia was going to be too much for Errol Spence. And we see how that happened. So you can't go by what fighters say, pro Hall of Fame fighters say about fights. They have an opinion just like me and you. AJ's ability to slice people with golf ball knuckles are underrated. Yeah. Reptile Lifestyle say no way Fury is getting dropped from a body shot. We'll see. Now that's just my prediction. I don't know what's going to happen. Fury like to smoke. He's going all the way on this one. He's going to it's going to be a great battle. Yeah, it's going to be a great fight though. Nick G, what you got? You say Joshua inside 7. Frida, what do you say? AJ will be done in 3 rounds. Okay. Paper cut. What do you say? It'll go to distance in my opinion. Fat Apples. What do you say? You know AJ and Fury will bring up Klitschko names in the conference. AJ is being trained by Klitschko, I think. Yeah, Anthony Joshua don't need to do no talking. Let Tyson Fury do all the talking he want to do because you can't out-talk him anyways. Let him talk. Let him because he has the mental health issue thing. So let him talk. Let him go through his lapses. Let him say whatever he want to say. That ain't gonna have nothing to do with the fight. The thing is, AJ usually get caught between exchanges. I think it happened in the Louise White fight. I think it's 50-50 fight though. Yeah, I used to say it was a 50-50 fight. I don't believe that no more. I don't believe that no more. I think because Tyson Fury is so tall and Anthony Joshua is shorter, Anthony Joshua is going to get on the inside. And Andrew Ruiz can punch. Dillian White can punch. Tyson Fury can't punch. Tyson Fury don't hit like Andrew Ruiz or Dillian White. You want to know how I know? I seen Tyson Fury punishing Deontay Wilder, and he couldn't stop him. The rep on his corner threw the towel in. He couldn't knock him out. I couldn't see Deontay Wilder taking that kind of punishment from Anthony Joshua and not getting knocked out. I just couldn't see it. I couldn't see Deontay Wilder taking that kind of punishment from Andrew Ruiz and not getting knocked out. But Tyson Fury did his job. I take my hat out to him. I salute you, Gypsy King. You did good when you beat Deontay Wilder 15 months ago. But Anthony Joshua is not Deontay Wilder. He's not. So I'm betting on Anthony Joshua. That's it. My prediction, again, 9th, 10th rounds. It won't be a towel thrown in. I think Tyson Fury is going to get knocked out between the 9th and 10th round. Body shots going to wear him down. Body shots is going to make him drop his arms. And when he tried to exchange with Anthony Joshua on the inside with body shots, he's going to get hit with that uppercut and that check left hook. That's how I see it going down. Odo Wallin had a little success against Fury. But that's neither here nor there. I'm not going to talk about Odo Wallin. I'm not going to talk about Deontay Wilder. We're going to talk about this fight. My prediction, I got a stack on I'm putting on, and I'm betting with Vegas or a gambling house right here in Miami. I'm betting on Anthony Joshua. I'm betting on Anthony Joshua. That's just it. That's just it. I don't see Fury knocking on Anthony Joshua out. I don't see that. I just don't see that. So, and I'm going to tell you another reason why I want Fury is rated higher by the American audiences and AJ is higher in the UK. Yeah, I don't know why. Andy got dropped by Areola. Yeah, he did. Wilder footwork worse than the slug. Yeah, Wilder don't have any footwork. You got to have some kind of footwork to beat Tyson Fury. Peter Barnard say, well, Fury will win. And what round would he win on, Peter? What's your prediction? What round with Tyson Fury winning? Nikki G saying Fury has been dropped by cruiserweight. Cunningham, Pajak, Bum, and Wilder twice. How on earth is he going to stay on his feet against Joshua? Now, he won't stay on his feet against Joshua. That is facts. Fury has a history of getting dropped. Reptile Lifestyle say Sugar Hill is going to be a factor. Yes, he is. Sugar Hill is going to be a factor. I love Sugar Hill. I love Emmanuel Stewart. But Sugar Hill ain't gonna be the one taking the punches. Sugar Hill was a factor against Deontay Wilder. I don't see what kind of style is he gonna come with? If we believe what we're seeing in training with Fury, Fury has been working on getting hit to the body and rolling with the body punches. Peter, Fury has never hit hard in his life. Wilder is total trash. Ronald Finkley say no more talk. No, we're gonna talk about it all the way to the end. No more talk. You got no more talk. You got to tell Fury not to talk. Ron, you see what I'm saying, fam? Ron, my brother Ronald Finkley. Let me read the Ali Bell from brother Ronald Finkley. Yeah, man, Fury gonna be talking the whole time. Fury gonna be talking the whole time, Ron. You already know that, fam. Frank, what's going on, fam? People who say Fury is overrated, they name just two heavyweights better than him right now. I'll wait. Anthony Joshua is one, in my opinion. Now, I give you the argument that Tyson Fury is undefeated. I give you that. Anthony Joshua is one, in my opinion. Tyson Fury is undefeated. That's true. I think he'll be another heavyweight better than him right now. I don't know. I can't say because I would need some more heavyweights that he has fought to compare him to. You know what I mean? Because Frank, anybody, any given day, somebody can get it. You know what I mean? Wilder was knocked down and slipped twice. His face was bloodied up, and the ref threw in the towel before Fury can destroy him. The ref didn't throw in the towel. His corner did, one. And two, in the first fight, Fury got dropped twice, and he got knocked out the 12th round. How do I know he got knocked out the 12th round? Tyson Fury said he was out of it for 3 seconds. I didn't say it. Tyson Fury said it. But that's neither here nor there. We're not going to talk about Wilder in the past and this and that. I got my money on So who betting? Stevie J. AJ isn't skilled enough to keep up with Fury. Who betting on Tyson Fury? AJ got caught by Ruiz. Okay, it happens. Muhammad Ali lost to Leon Spinks, and Leon Spinks had 7 to 8 fights. What does that mean? What does that mean? Nothing. Alexander say Fury wants it more. That means something. We'll find out who wanted more the night of the fight. I want to know who betting on Fury and how much money you betting. All right, mate. Do you think Billy Joe Saunders will rematch Canelo and beat the Lime Fury against Wilder on their rematch? Can it be done? Nah, Billy Joe Saunders don't want no more Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez knocked the spark out of Billy Joe Saunders. He don't want no more. He don't want no more. Again, all of that, what happened in the past, it ain't gonna mean nothing in this fight. I got one question. Tyson Fury fans, are you betting money on Tyson Fury? And if you are, how much are you betting on? Those of us who remember who know that Fury lost to John McDermott. It was daylight robbery. Yeah, I saw that fight too. Monkey D. Luffy, what do you say? If you see them in the forum, how Tyson Fury is so overrated, they call him the GOAT. No joke. Well, if you're a fan of Tyson Fury, of course he's the greatest boxer to ever put on a pair of gloves. I get it. I understand that. Fury has fought one guy in his era. He's still getting bassed up in August. And then, too, Tyson Fury hasn't had a fight. So when they fight in August, it's going to be 18 months since the last time he had a fight. Are you Tyson Fury fans are confident in that? Are you Tyson Fury fans are confident in that? When Tyson Fury gets back in the ring, if he gets in the ring with Anthony Joshua, again, I say if, I'm cautiously optimistic because we are dealing with Tyson Fury. We are dealing with the known liar. If Tyson Fury gets in the ring, it's going to be 18 months that he's been inactive. It's going to be 18 months that he's been inactive. And I get it. You're right. He's undefeated. What the hell that mean? Canelo Alvarez is not undefeated, and he's destroying MLs right now. Unfortunately, the undefeated argument doesn't work in the sport of boxing because fighters who were undefeated end up getting beat in the past before. You see what I'm saying? So just because a fighter is undefeated don't mean anything. On what you say, I got to bet with the misses on the fight. I got to bet with the misses on the fight. That's good enough for me. Yeah, man, bet with the misses, man. You can never go wrong. Hey, whatever. Hey, put it. Hey, bacon and eggs. Well, I'll tell you this. Whoever your wife bet with, you better bet with her. AW Boxing 82. You make a valid point. When they fight, it would be AJ's 10th title defense. Fury and Fury's first. Yeah, that is that. You know what? I didn't even think about that, but you're right about that. Tyson Fury has never defended a belt before, never in his life. I think that's the first time that has ever happened in the history of boxing. That is true. Tyson Fury has never defended a belt before in his life. That is true. You know, I'm just saying, like, I've never seen that. I'm going to have to talk to my brother Blood and do some research on that. Has there ever been a fighter that has never, well, in the heavyweight division anyways, that's never defended a belt? I don't know. Ronald Finkler, what you say, fam? No defense about Tyson Fury. Now, again, another thing. AJ is wrong. I would give him that. AJ is strong. I would give him that. But his movements are mechanical. Again, Blu-ray TV. You just hit the nail right on the head, fam. Sugar Ray Robinson lost, and he was the GOAT. Exactly. That's my favorite fight of all time, Sugar Ray Robinson. Sugar Ray Robinson lost the fight, and then he won 120 consecutive fights after he lost that fight. Defended his belt 1 trillion times. Sugar Ray Robinson. R.I.P. to the OG Sugar Ray Robinson. Undefeated don't mean nothing. RNS1, what do you say? ESPN is reporting a date in sight for Anthony Joshua and Fury. Only Wilder fanboys on YouTube believe there would be a Wilder trilogy, a Wilder third match, Wilder Fury match coming up next. Yeah, they believe that. They believe that. They do believe that. They believe that. What's this guy, Alexander? I'm glad you represent for Fury, man. I really do. I am so happy you represent for Fury. Fury was able to completely overhaul his boxing style for Wilder, Fury too. It means he can learn and adapt like a Tesla self-driving computer. I'm glad that you feel that way. I'm glad. How much money are you betting on Tyson Fury, sir? That's the question. AW Boxing, what do you say? Fury started his boxing career 5 years ahead of AJ. True. Free to say, but he's owned every belt. Yes, he has. That's not the question. Has he ever defended the belt? No. How much money, Frida? How much money are you putting on Tyson Fury? How much money, Alexander, are you putting on Tyson Fury? That's the question. How much money are you putting on him? Alexander said he putting $100. Good. Wizard Sleeve, what's up, fam? Folk need to realize just how trash Wilder is. Yeah, they say Wilder is trash. Listen, hold on. They say Wilder is trash, but then when Tyson Fury beat him up, they hype Wilder up. And then he been go back to trash again. Listen, do you notice, guys? Deontay Wilder was trash until Fury fought him. When Fury fought him, he was the baddest man on the planet. He was the hardest hitting heavyweight in the history of boxing when Fury fought him. And then when Fury beat him, Fury beat the baddest man on the planet. You know what I mean? And then now that if Fury fights Anthony Joshua, now Wilder trash again. Wilder's not trash, y'all. Deontay Wilder's a good fighter. He's a damn good fighter. But he is a terrible boxer. If you don't know nothing about boxing, you'll never understand what I just said. If you don't understand nothing about boxing, you will never know what I just said. TK, what you say, fam? You're lecturing this Fury fans too much. If you continue, they will start supporting AJ now. We don't want them. nah, Tyson Fury fans, man, they love Fury. They love Fury. Fury is stepping into a place he has never been before, hence his behavior lately. That man is shook. He knows he can lose, and I'm a strong believer that Fury will fall to Joshua. I'm just betting on Joshua, man. I like the kid. I like the way he handles himself. He takes good care of himself. He is a role model in the sport of boxing. Anthony Joshua gets a lot of hate from these Alphabet Boy channels, and I hear that a lot of people in the UK hate him. I don't know why. But some fighters are like that. Some fighters, they just, no matter how good they are, or how successful. I think it's success because people in the UK, they don't hate Dillian White like that. They don't hate Derek Chisora like that. They don't hate Joe Joyce like that. People hate people that's at the top. It's always been like that throughout history. You see what I'm saying? It's always been like that. RNS1, what's going on, fam? I think ESJ's security is secretly negotiating with PAC, and that's why there's no announcement for the Ugas fight. Oh, you talking about Errol Spence Jr.? Yeah. It might be. He might be. I don't know. But that don't make no sense. RNS1, because if he was to do that, there hasn't been an announcement for the Ugas fight because PBC has been having issues getting fight dates for their fighters. Errol Spence has signed, I think he signed with Fox. They've been having issues getting fight dates for their fighters. And the thing is, Errol Spence's pay-per-view numbers have declined since the Mikey Garcia fight. RNS1, I don't know if you noticed that, brother. When he fought Mikey Garcia, their pay-per-view numbers were 360,000. When he fought Sean Porter, it went from 360 to 300,000. And then when he fought Danny Garcia, it went from 300,000 to 250,000. So Errol Spence numbers have been declining. So that's what I think it is. I don't know. But I do know that his numbers have been declining. RNS1. Boxers are only as good as their opponent they have beat. AJ has beaten nothing but mandatories and champions for 5 years. How many mandatories and champions have Tyson Fury beat? King Midas. Because there's a counter argument to that as well. How many title defenses have Tyson Fury had? I'll wait. Give me one time Tyson Fury has ever defended the belt. I'll wait. Alexander say, have you seen Fury's footwork? Oh my God, he's like Fred Astaire. Okay, Fred Astaire, I'm betting on the other guy. Fred Astaire, I'm betting on the other guy. R.I.P. to Fred Astaire, man. Fred Astaire's a bad boy. I'm betting on the other guy. Big Nick says, stop preaching, coach. Oh, man. RNS1 says, AJ couldn't beat a third-string replacement of Andrew Ruiz in their first fight, though. But he beat him in the second fight. RNS1, he beat him in the second fight. Muhammad Ali, RNS1, I don't know how old you are, sir, but let me give you a little boxing lesson. Muhammad Ali lost to Leon Spinks, a guy who had 7 or 8 fights. And Muhammad Ali is arguably one of the greatest fighters of all time, the GOAT. And he lost. So if I was to use your argument as to because AJ lost to Andrew Ruiz, you know what I mean? If I was to use that argument, what the hell does that mean? RNS1, my brother, how much are you betting on Tyson Fury? That's what we want to know. Rocky Rodriguez, AJ is too stiff. Fury's going to jab him all night long. I like that. I like that idea of Fat Apples. Where Fat Apples at? I miss Fat Apples. Cool 123. What's up, fam? Cool say Wilder has natural ability that should have been coached from a young age, but didn't. Yeah, I agree with that. Fat Apple say Wilder should fight. Oh, that guy, Evgeny. Yeah, Evgeny Romanov. Last two reasons: one, to avenge that knockout defeat, and two, even though he's 16 and 0, it's technically a tune-up for Wilder. Oh, well, you know what, Fat Apples? Wilder has a bunch of he has a, I think they have quite a few fighters he can fight in the PBC. I don't know if he wants to fight. He might want to fight Andrew Ruiz, since Andrew Ruiz didn't look. He got dropped by Chris Arreola. He might want to fight Andrew Ruiz. I don't know. That might be a fight for him. But Andrew Ruiz came off a layoff. This is the thing too, right? I want to see how Wilder comes back after that 15-month layoff. I want to see how Tyson Fury come back after this layoff. Fury hasn't fought. He's been inactive. And he's made a big issue about the only way a fighter can beat me, and the only way a fighter can lose, if he's been inactive. And I've been active, and I've been inactive, and I need to fight. So Wilder brought up the inactivity. Not Wilder. Fury brought up the inactivity. He brought it up for a reason. Why? I have no idea. It ain't going to be no excuse that night, though. Not that night. Because Sugar Ray Leonard came off a 3-year, and I believe he lost the fight myself, but that's neither here nor there. RIP to my brother, the marvelous Marvin Hagler. Sugar Ray Leonard came off a 3-year layoff, and he beat Marvin Hagler. He was given a gift, in my opinion, but that's neither here nor there. History books show that he beat Marvin Hagler. You see what I'm saying? So that's what history shows. He beat Marvin Hagler. So, But anyways, this is good though. This is good. Mike Tyson was undefeated, and he fought Buster Douglas. Buster Douglas beat him. We need to see Usyk in this tier. He's very fast, charismatic, and technically correct. Usyk, all right. I ain't impressed with him as no heavyweight. I'm impressed with him as a cruiserweight. He all right though. He pretty good. Got good footwork, good ring IQ. But again, I like him as a cruiserweight, not heavyweight. He ain't got no pop at heavyweight. Fury had depression after Klitschko. That's why he didn't defend the belt. Yeah, he got that old depression going on. That mental health thing. Oh, he had a cocaine issue too. Talk about that. He was on coke as well. Cocaine, drug abuse, alcohol problem. Fury liked to snort that coke. So hopefully he got over that, but we'll see what happens. You know what I mean? We'll see what happens. But I like what's my man? Alexander said he got $100 on Fury. Any more Fury fans? Well, how much money you betting on your boy? How much y'all betting on him? Ziggy, what you say, Ziggy? Fury had depression after Klitschko. That's why he didn't defend the belt. Okay, Ziggy. Ziggler. I think I know who you is. Let's see. What we got? I want to know who betting on how much y'all betting on. Not only is Wilder coming off a 15-month layoff, but didn't he also claim to have a shoulder injury too? Yeah, Nick Rich, I don't know. I don't know about the shoulder injury. But Tyson Fury hasn't fought in 15 months as well. So when Tyson Fury fights Anthony Joshua 3 months from now, that's going to be an 18-month layoff, a year and a half layoff. Do any Tyson Fury fans feel like that's going to be a factor? Do anybody believe that? Any Tyson Fury fans? Do you believe that the Gypsy King, the king of the gypsies, he hasn't fought in 15 months? So when he fights Anthony Joshua 3 months from now, which would be 18-month layoff, do you feel like that'll be a factor? Alexander, what do you think, sir? Wilder can catch anyone but Fury. So Wilder can catch anyone but Fury. The only way we would know that, Wilder would have had to fight Fury and AJ. In order for you to make that argument, Wilder would have had to fight Fury and AJ. Wilder would have had to fight Dillian White and Anthony Joshua. If he didn't fight him, you can't say that he would catch him. We don't know that. There's no proof of that. There's no proof of that. So that's an assumption. It sounds good. Wilder would do this, this, and this. Styles make fights. I care nothing about the fight card. Wilder's trash, but dude's happy Fury is running from the trilogy. Yeah, what I don't understand too is Wilder is so trash, then how can you give credit to Tyson Fury for beating trash? That's what I want to know, right? Hey, that's a good question. Hey, listen. That's a good question. That's a good question. This is a good question. Peter Von Rock said that no, they don't think Fury being inactive will be a problem. Okay, good. I'm glad you said that. So, I forgot what I was going to say. I forgot what I was saying. Man, I forgot what I just said, man. Okay, listen. This is another point. If Deontay Wilder is trash, how can you give Tyson Fury credit for beating him? How can your strongest argument, if you are a Tyson Fury fan, be that, yeah, Tyson Fury beat Deontay Wilder, but you guys said he was trash. So according to your logic, Deontay Wilder is trash. He's nobody. So I can't give Fury credit for beating Wilder because he ain't fought nobody, right? According to your logic. Peter Von Rock said, good point, coach. Alexander said Wilder is a natural athlete and fighter, but not a technical boxer like he needs to be. The pro boxers know this on right-hand trick. Well, he knocked out 40 people. Again, Alexander, Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder is trash according to a lot of Fury fans. If he's trash, how can you give Tyson Fury credit for beating trash? The top tier is Fury, White, AJ, and Wilder. Can't put Wilder in there if you think he's trash. And Anthony Joshua fought White. He fought Dillian White. He hasn't fought Fury, and he hasn't fought Wilder. So that's a good thing. We're going to get this fight. Hopefully. Again, I'm cautiously optimistic. I'm not worried about Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua, I'm not worried about. I believe Anthony Joshua, he going to keep his word. He going to be there. He going to fight. I believe that. Yeah, I saw that. I saw John Fury getting laid out. I saw that. I saw that. And I did see the video on what they was talking about with when Tyson Fury got beat up in sparring by Anthony Joshua. When Anthony Joshua was just learning how to fight, pretty much. Not just learning, but when he was young, he was like 21 years old, something like that. Alex Skill, what's going on, fam? Hope you're doing well, mate. Peace and blessings from the UK. Yeah, but so Alexander saying, I'm not saying he's trash. He wasn't properly matched. He wasn't properly trained, matched. Yeah. So you're saying that he fought 40 people or 40 bums and homeless people. Okay. So are you giving credit to Deontay Wilder? Are you giving credit to Tyson Fury for beating Deontay Wilder? Is that what you're saying? Nick G said, it's a great question, and the Fury fangirls have no answer. They'll say the same thing about Joshua beating old Klitschko. They make out that Fury beating prime Vladimir Klitschko. Vladimir Klitschko wasn't prime when Fury fought him neither. He was on the downside of his career. But that's neither here nor there. Because I don't want to get into, Tyson Fury did this and Joshua ain't did. I mean, I get it. If you're a fan of Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua is garbage. He's trash. He's going to lose. He's going to lose, yada, 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 yada. Tyson Fury is the greatest boxer in the history of boxing. I understand that narrative. I get that. Yet and still, Tyson Fury, who dances around the ring like Fred Astaire, Tyson Fury, who is the greatest gypsy of all time, Tyson Fury, who's fighting robotic Anthony Joshua. I'm betting my money on the robot. Steve J, I would rather Fury fight Wilder I would rather Fury fight Wilder. I would rather Fury fight Wilder. Wilder's a threat. Fat Apples, Wilder's not trash, but he is roadkill. Well, you say he roadkill, huh? Yeah, I got my money on Alexander. I got my money on Joe Joyce beating the brakes off of Usyk myself. Batman 5150. The media says he's the baddest man, but he gets outboxed by a C-level fighter in Washington Molina. He can't fight, only punch. He's trash. Michael Buffer, you make a valid point. If Deontay Wilder is trash, then we can't give Tyson Fury credit for beating trash. Then that means he ain't fought nobody but one person. So we'll give him credit for beating Vladimir Klitschko. We can't give Fury credit for beating Wilder because Wilder is trash, according to a lot of the stuff that I've been hearing from. And I have countless videos talking about this. I can show you screenshots of stuff that's coming from Wilder fans, Fury fans, when they talk about how trash Wilder is. So my question is, if Wilder was so trash, and how are you going to accept credit for beating up trash? At least Wilder defended his belt for 5 years. Wilder did that. I'm not going to just beat up on Deontay Wilder, keep beating up on him. I don't did that enough. Wilder defended his belt for 5 years. You see what I'm saying? Dean said that Fury beat Klitschko before he even got in the ring. The rematch would have been different. Yeah, Fury, you know, he got on coke and he lost his belt and he said he was on suffering mental health. So, to me, that was an excuse to me though. If Anthony Joshua would have did that, those same people, those same fans of Tyson Fury would have been jumping down Anthony Joshua's throat. So that's an excuse for that mental health, and I don't want to hear that. That's an excuse to me. He ain't want to rematch the man. He didn't want to fight him no more. Period. And then he pulled out 2 weeks before the fight. Wilder's a good fighter, trash boxer, and trash personally in front of cameras. That's how I see him. Again, my thing about Wilder is an excellent fighter, terrible boxer. Wasn't saying that, Coach. Or was agreeing that Fury fans would say anything to discredit Joshua. Yeah. No, I'm not saying that you were saying that, Nick G. I'm not saying that you were saying that, but you're right. You're right. Hold on. According to some of those fans, Tyson Fury is the baddest boxer. Ziggy, what you say? Who said Fury was the greatest of all time? Man, listen, I can show you, bro. You can ask a lot of these Tyson Fury fans. Probably in this chat right now, they'll tell you that Fury is the greatest thing that ever. Listen. Fury is the best thing that ever put on a pair of gloves. I have had Wilder's problem. Wilder problem is this. Send the link, Coach. Ronald Finkler, here you go. I got my money, man, on the pro boxers used to fight every 3-4 months in the past. Why has the sport gotten so slow motion? I have no idea. Shane says Wilder versus Ortiz in their prime. I would pick Ortiz. Which Ortiz? You talking about Lewis Ortiz? I don't know. I've never seen a prime Lewis Ortiz. Lewis Ortiz ain't fought nobody. If you pull up his resume, he ain't fought nobody. So I really don't. What is the prime Ortiz? Like which year would you say Ortiz was in his prime? Shout out. Let's ring the Ali bell. I don't know if y'all can hear it. To my brother Ronald Finkley.
Yo, how you doing today? New Media Today, USA, Coach Malachi. I love that you come on at 3 o'clock in the afternoon every day.
Yeah, man, I didn't come on yesterday, but
well, you know what? It's like it's the weekend, Coach, but you come on every day in a sense. Like, yo, when you come on, it's a fresh breath of fresh air for all of us as boxing fans because it's not gonna be like nobody gonna cuss nobody out, nobody gonna disrespect nobody. But we're going to just break it down, like, factually, like, on how everybody look at the sport, whether it's in America or whether it's in the USA. And that's what I love about it. Like, New Media Today, USA, is the boxing fans across the globe to me.
Yeah, I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that, fam. I really just want to have a channel to where we talking, where we dealing with the boxing fans, the people who are fans of the sport of boxing. If I don't want to deal with fanboys, if you're a fanboy, this ain't the channel for you.
Yeah, and we're gonna buy the fights. We're gonna go to the fights, and we're gonna appreciate these boxers for who they are, whether they consider like smaller boxers or bigger boxers, like no name boxers. It's New Media Today USA for a reason, bringing people back to the sport. That's what I love about it.
Yeah, man. Go ahead. Sorry about that, fam. Go ahead, talk.
I just wanted to cook on that book that you said that I got. Like, I didn't start reading it yet, but I'm gonna start reading it. I got it, and that's gonna probably be my new read of the week. That's gonna probably be my new read of the week.
Yeah, that's a good book, fam. I'm telling you, man, you're gonna learn a lot from reading that book, bro. You're gonna learn a lot from reading that book. Like, that's a real good book. I learned a lot from it. Like me, I have like, damn, I got so many books, bro, over the years. My hobby is reading. I love reading. That's my favorite hobby, reading. So I love to read. And I learned a lot. And me, like, again, I used to be a Marxist. I used to be a Marxist, so I understand Marxism very well. I didn't realize I was a Marxist though. I didn't realize it until after I woke up, and then I realized everything that I ever believed in and everything I was taught was a lie. So I had to reprogram myself, and to reevaluate everything that I was taught. I'm going to break this down to you. It's two things that's going to happen in life. When you have, if you was to, and I ask anybody this, what if you woke up one day and you realized that everything that you taught was a lie? What would you do? Now, I'm going to tell you two things that a person would do. A person would either accept the fact that what they learned was a lie and realize it, and then reject it and reprogram themselves to learn the truth, like the Matrix, like Neo. Or a person will reject it and be like, no, man, I don't want to believe what I learned was a lie, and keep holding on to that narrative. I chose to take the red pill and let the narrative go because I realized that I was taught lies and falsehood. And the people who taught me, they meant well. I mean, people like my mother, people like my grandfather from Harlem. Yeah. My grandfather was from Harlem. My mother's from the Dominican Republic. My grandfather's from the Dominican Republic. But they came over here and they learned a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I woke up like 5-6 years ago, bro. Like, literally. I would have been that guy that's hating white people and calling other blacks Uncle Toms who are intellectuals, who are not liberals, and who don't subscribe to the race baiting narrative. That would have been me. That was me 6 years ago.
Yo, I'm not going to even speak on that, but I hear everything that you said. I was going to say start over, but I'd rather read the book and then understand like my knowledge of what the book was saying. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to sit up here and act like I know everything. Like, that's the thing with us. We act like we know everything. We don't know everything. You got to just respect what's going on in the world, and you got to like analyze it and like grow from there. And I grow from there every day. Like, I love all people. People are people, man.
Right. Yeah, so but go ahead. What you was gonna say, fam?
Yo, this AJ versus Tyson Fury fight is about to happen. And guess what? I'm happy. I don't care what country it's in. I know I'm tuning into that fight because I'm gonna probably come up because I think AJ's gonna beat him. As being a boxing fan, AJ's gonna whoop on Tyson Fury real bad. Real talk. That's my thing, yo. I love boxing, and I see AJ have all the tools to actually win this fight because he said he wanted to fight within 6 months, coach. Fury has prolonged this fight for so long that AJ's sitting over there probably getting more tools in the box, still getting it in, and Fury gonna be in for some trouble when he see that, man.
Yeah, I let me ask you a question. What do you think about this? Because it's very subjective, but I notice when it comes to Deontay Wilder, and again, I'm not here trashing Wilder. I'm not going to trash Deontay Wilder. I'm glad to see him back training with Malik Scott. You can tell the videos I saw. He's learning. He's uncomfortable doing a lot of the stuff that he's doing with Malik Scott because he's never had to do that before, right? He only needed to depend on his right hand. And so now he's working on head movement, footwork, stuff like that. I think that a lot of the stuff that Tyson Fury did to him in that second fight, it could have been easily, he could have made that fight a lot easier. I'm saying Wilder. He sat right there in the straight line. He could have moved out the way. All he needed was footwork. He didn't have footwork and head movement. Instead of just putting your hand up like this and letting the man hit you, and he didn't know what to do. He didn't have any answers, right?
I saw the difference from the first fight and the second fight. Wilder was like going forward the first fight. The second fight, he just retreated the whole fight, and his guard sucked.
Right.
Like it was visibly that Wilder got beat. Like, but I'm not trying to dwell on Wilder. Like I understand he's trying to do the better thing. Like, get your training in. Like, the sparring is cool, and I'm glad he's getting that good sparring in. But like, he need to fight somebody like of note. Like, he need to fight like an Andy Ruiz, a Dylan White, to even think about talking about fighting AJ or Fury right now. They got his number.
Alexander says AJ has the tools but has no heart. How do you figure that, sir? Like, explain to me he has no heart. I hear Anthony Joshua, not Tyson Fury fans say AJ has no heart. Please explain that to me.
Yo, me and him betting, when the fight start, because it's gonna happen.
Please explain that to me. How does Anthony Joshua has no heart? He's a gold medalist. He's defended his belt. He's a two-time unified champion. Where does he has no heart at? Explain that to me. And you probably never had a fight before in your life, sir. Yeah,
I would love to talk to Alexander Grover because he seemed like a legitimate person, but like I think he's just talking.
Yeah. Like, are you on some fanboy stuff when you say that, or can you tell me? Give me an example where Wilder, where Anthony Joshua has no heart at, and you got to tell me something other than the Andy Ruiz first fight because Joshua kept getting up after he got knocked down. He got stopped. That is true. He did get stopped, but he came back the second fight and he got his belts back. He dominated Andy Ruiz for 12 rounds.
Yep. And he controlled the distance the second fight, but he can also like stay in close with you and he can clinch with you, whether you're a bigger person or smaller person. AJ has a lot of experience. Tyson Fury is not going to be able to hold and grapple him. This is my definition of a person having no heart. When you skip out of when you have rematch clauses to fight someone and you refuse to fight them, that's not having heart to me. You can beat a man one time all day. We've seen it in boxing all the time. Upsets happen in the sport of boxing for a reason. Yes.
If you look out throughout the history of boxing, upsets have always happened. So if a fighter gets upset, you can't say, "Oh, that fighter ain't had no heart." Give me an example of a fighter not having heart. If a fighter beats you, a perfect example, Lennox Lewis. Lennox Lewis got beat by Oliver McCall. He got counted out. He stood up and was wobbling, and the referee ended up waving the fight off. He came back the next fight and stopped Oliver McCall. Oliver McCall had a mental breakdown. He pulled the Tyson Fury in the middle of the ring, had a mental breakdown in the ring, and got stopped. Yep. I seen Rahman knocked out Lennox Lewis in Africa. Lennox Lewis came, and Hakeem Rahman tried to run from Lennox Lewis and tried to avoid fighting him in the second fight. And the mediator said, "No, you got to honor that contract."
See, we need blood boxing on here right now because I remember all of those fights. Like Ray Mercer was one of the favorite fighters that I followed at heavyweight, but Rahman is the truth. Like, and Lennox Lewis is the truth. Like, we've seen all these great matchups, but we don't get them no more because of the politics. I at least respect Wilder for like fighting people that I feel like they put him in front of him, but he lost to Tyson Fury twice. The first fight, we can call that a draw, but at least he tried to step up to like the level of competition of where the heavyweight division should be. Like, I feel like Herkovic can beat Wilder. I feel like Tony Yoka can beat Wilder. Only reason I feel like Tony Yoka can beat him is because of his being able to avoid the right hand, but he can box too. He might not have the same power as Wilder, but it'd be like a younger person fighting Wilder. Like we can't hold all these heavyweights like they the best in the world until they fight the best in the world.
Right. So my thing is this here. Alexander said that Anthony Joshua has no heart. When you beat a man twice, that shows you have. If you lose to a guy and you bounce back and you destroy that guy, Lennox Lewis is a perfect example. When he got knocked out by Rahman, he came back the second fight. And listen, if you want to see a knockout, Lennox Lewis hit Rahman so hard that I had trouble sleeping for a week watching that. He hit that man so hard he knocked his tooth through his lip. That's how hard. I'm not making this up. Go watch that.
I know.
Go watch that fight. You know what I mean? So when you say he have heart, are you he don't have heart? Are you saying this like show me? You say AJ doesn't have heart now. You still ain't telling me nothing. Give me an example of AJ not having heart. Give me an example of that. Because if you run from a fighter and don't want to fight him, you know, to me that's showing that you don't have any heart. If you sign contracts and then all of a sudden start taking coke and say you suffer from mental depression on a rematch, that tells me that tells me that you don't have heart. To me, so I'm giving you an example of not having heart. Give me an example, Alexander, of Anthony Joshua not having heart.
I'm waiting for that shit because he always had heart.
So hold on, let me see what he said. I'm gonna address you for one last time. He's not as hungry as Fury or Wilder for that matter. How do you know? Do you know Anthony Joshua? And what are you basing that on?
Crickets.
How do you know? You don't even know Anthony Joshua. How do you know he don't have heart? He don't have hunger. How do you know how hungry he is?
Yo,
he's the highest. He's the highest paid heavyweight in boxing right now. The man has defended his title on numerous occasions.
Yeah, lost it, defended it, everything.
Lost it, and then came back and got it back, ran it back with the same guy he lost it to. What are you basing that on? I get it. You are a Tyson Fury fan. More than likely, you're a Tyson Fury fanboy. More than likely, I would lean more towards being a Tyson Fury fanboy. I get that. I understand that.
That might be Tyson Fury right there.
You know what I mean? But I get that. But I don't agree with you at all on that. You haven't given me no example.
Yo, Coach, I just wanted to come
he's
on
not as hungry as Fury. Go ahead. Sorry about that. Go ahead, Ron.
Yo, Coach, I just wanted to come on and chop it up for you for a minute because I'm in the chat. But like, yo, I appreciate you going live every day at 3:00. Everybody gonna tune in because what you speak is unbiased and it's relatable. It's relatable to all of us, yo.
Yeah, I really appreciate that, man. You know what I mean? Like again, like I'm not from the UK, so I don't have a dog in the fight as relate to Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua. I'm just betting on Anthony Joshua. I can tell you the reasons why I feel that Anthony Joshua is going to win. I get it. Tyson Fury is the Gypsy King and all that stuff there. I understand all that. And so this is what I want to say. I'm a hype Tyson Fury up like the Tyson Fury fanboys.
Yeah,
the
Irish people.
I'm going to say that Tyson Fury is the best fighter in the history of boxing. So when Anthony Joshua knock his ass out, I want you same fanboys to say, man, Anthony Joshua is a bad boy because he beat the baddest boxer to ever put on a pair of gloves. Alexander, I hope to see you, sir. I really do.
Coach,
I hope to see you.
I'm back in the chat, Coach. Respect.
All right. Hey, shout out to my brother Ronald Finkley, man, for coming in and tuning in. Yeah, I never get that. When I see a person who probably never had a fight before in their life sit back and say a guy who gets paid millions of dollars to step in the ring and get punched in the face tell me that a fighter doesn't have heart, I find that laughable to me. I find that very laughable. Alex Gill said, I've never seen AJ this focused, and I believe he will show how good he is in the Fury fight. Fury is not Wilder. He is completely different animal. Yeah, that trips me out. That trips me out. Like that's a pet peeve of mine. When a person tells me that Steve J say AJ was hurt and knocked down by Vladimir Klitschko. Exactly. But guess what he did though? He got up off the ground and he stopped Vladimir Klitschko. Make sure you bring that up too. So Vladimir Klitschko was old and not in his prime, according to Tyson Fury fans, when AJ beat him. But then Stephen J, I'm glad you brought that up, Steve J. Thank you so much, sir, for bringing that up. But the old and out of his prime, Vladimir Klitschko knocked down Anthony Joshua, and he hurt Anthony Joshua. So that tells me that Anthony Joshua was able to get up from a knockdown, recover from being hurt, and stop Vladimir Klitschko. He threw I knew the punch. He threw a left hook that Vladimir Klitschko ducked, and when he ducked, that uppercut was waiting on him. Fury wants to unify belts. That's different than not having heart. Child to the police. Tyson Fury said that he don't care nothing about belts. Don't believe me? I can play your audio from him, a video from him when he was on Eddie Hearn's podcast. Tyson Fury said the total opposite of what you're saying, Alexander. He said he cares nothing about belts. So when you say Tyson Fury wants to unify the belts, you are lying, sir. Anyways, not as hungry as Fury. Fury been dodging due to Wilder's situation. Let's see. Lewis did it the hard way. Last unified heavyweight champ. Great fighter. Absolutely. All right, let's see who else talking. Let's see. Diallo Huggin, what's up, fam? Coach, they're not going to say AJ is a bad boy. They're going to say AJ had an object in his hand and egg shake for him. Yeah, man, this dude, Alexander's a fanboy. Alexander, you are a fanboy, and I'm going to call you out on that. You are not a fan of Tyson Fury. You are a fanboy. You're talking nonsense right now to me. What you say? You say, I will send you $100 and Diego coin, what is it, Dodge coin, if AJ knocks out Fury. I don't believe you. I don't believe you at all, sir. I'm just being honest with you. Alexander Grover doesn't sound like that. How can you question his heart rather than debating him on skills? This ain't no movie. This is boxing. Exactly. I mean, when you're sitting here in the chat and you're telling me that a fighter doesn't have heart, when you obviously probably never had a fight before in your life, how can you question a boxer, any boxer? That's like me saying Deontay Wilder doesn't have heart. Dillian White doesn't have heart. Povetkin doesn't have heart. It takes heart to get in the ring. Any fighter, to get punched in the face, to get knocked down, to get back up, and then beat the guy who knocked you down. That kills me. The whole thing about AJ thing is this. AJ only been hurt after he dropped his opponents first. It's due to inexperience in forcing the knockout. Yeah, but that kills me, Smith and West. That a person can sit here, you know another man's heart. How the hell you know another man's heart that you never met before? You never been in the boxing ring before in your life. If someone squared up with you right now, Alexander, you'll probably take off running if you don't have a gun on you. But you're going to sit here and say that Anthony Joshua doesn't have heart. Nigga, please miss me with that bullshit. I won't say that no fighter in boxing doesn't have heart. I may call a boxer a bum. And what I mean bum is another way of saying that a person is a C-class fighter. He's a low-level boxer. And if you are a high-level, high-skilled boxer and you're fighting a low-level boxer, I am of the opinion that high-skilled boxers should not fight low-skilled boxers. That's my opinion. But for you to sit back and say that Anthony Joshua or any fighter, forget Anthony Joshua, for a guy who's probably never had a fight before in his life is going to sit there and question a professional boxer's heart, tells me a whole lot about you. If you got in an argument with someone at Walmart, you'll probably be taking off running right now. Man, you talking nonsense, man. I'm not even going to address you no more. You talking nonsense. You're a fanboy. This is not the fanboy channel, sir. You might want to leave. If I offend you, I do not apologize. We have boxing fans over here. We don't have fanboys. You won't see nobody in this chat talking about Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder, Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford, Kell Brook, Amir Khan, You will never see anybody in this chat question another fighter's heart. Because it's not easy to get in the boxing ring. I boxed for 5 years when I was a teenager. It's not easy to get in the ring and take punches for a living. Boxing is like economics. Right there, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. I ain't finna listen to you no more. Anytime a nigga say boxing is like economics, you know what the hell you're talking about. Anyways, let's move on. He fights for a living, but has no heart. Trolls don't even believe the things that come out of their mouth. Exactly, Mad Dog H. Exactly. Thurston Jackson, what you say, fam? You said that did they officially announce the Joshua Fury fight? This is a recap of what's going on, brother. And Tyson Fury came out with an Instagram post on Twitter, and he said that he confirmed that. Well, he said he's fighting Anthony Joshua on August the 14th. He said he spoke to the Prince of Saudi Arabia, and the Prince did tell him that the fight is going on and the money is there and yada 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 yada. So he says he's going to knock out the big dosser, Anthony Joshua, and this and that. Now, I'm cautiously optimistic because we are dealing with Tyson Fury, who has mental health issues. There's no telling with Tyson Fury. And from what I've learned from a lot of my brothers and sisters from the UK, every time Tyson Fury opens his mouth, he's lying. So I don't know what to believe as it relates to Tyson Fury. I'm cautiously optimistic because I do want to see this fight. I want to see this fight. I really do. I really want to see this fight. I really want to see this fight. So listen what this fool here say. I'm on your ass. I'm on your ass, Alexander. Heart, I mean like the desire to win. You idiot. You are an idiot, sir. You must have rode the short bus with dark tinted windows when you went to school. Heart, I mean a desire to win. You idiot. When fighters get in the ring to try to beat their opponent up, they have a desire to win. When Billy Joe Saunders fought Canelo Alvarez last weekend, he had a desire to win. He lost the fight because he fought the better fighter. He got hit with a punch that he did not see coming, and he got hurt. It happens in the fight game. This is how I know you don't know shit about the sport of boxing. You, sir, are a fanboy. When Anthony Joshua fought Andy Ruiz the first fight, and he dropped Andy Ruiz, he had the desire to win, sir. When Andy Ruiz knocked Anthony Joshua down 3 or 4 times, in order for him to knock a person down 3 or 4 times, that means that person had to get back up off the ground after getting knocked out. That means that you had the desire to win, sir. When Deontay Wilder fought your boy Tyson Fury, he got knocked down twice, and he got back up. He had a desire to win, sir. When he was in the corner in the 7th round getting pummeled by Tyson Fury, he did not go down. He had a desire to win. When his corner threw the towel in, he immediately went to the referee and went to arguing his case. And then he argued it to Mark Breeden. That showed heart right there to take the ass whooping that Deontay Wilder had. As much as I bang on Deontay Wilder, I would never question his heart. You have never had a fight before in your life. I'm through with you. I won't say shit about you again. You are a fool. I am insulting you. And if you are offended, I hope I offend you. And you can take your ass back to where you came from. You are a fanboy. The hell with you. Cool 1, 2, 3. With respect to these fighters, we respect these fighters. Never question their heart. All right, let's see. Alan Skill, what do you say? If you do not have the desire to win, then why would you be able to win gold medal in the Olympics and win multiple titles without a desire to win? Yeah, that dude don't know what he's talking about. I ain't paying that dude a troll. He's a fanboy. He's a fanboy. This not the fanboy channel, fam. This ain't the fanboy channel. We're not gonna question fighters' heart here. We're not gonna question fighters' heart. This a dude who will probably run from a 75-year-old old lady in Walmart and she raised her purse up to try to hit him in the head. But he will talk about somebody else's heart. Yeah, get the fuck out of here. I believe it when they're both in the ring, looking at each other. And don't judge any fighter. Don't judge any fighter. It takes big balls to get in there and fight. You just wouldn't know or understand if you have not done it. Exactly, Southside Boxing. And I'm with you on everything you just said. I will believe it when I see it in the ring. I am cautiously optimistic. If it was any other fighter, I wouldn't be saying I'm cautiously optimistic. I'd be saying, listen, man, I'd be jumping up and down, singing and dancing. Yeah, boy, this fight fixing to go down, but we're dealing with Tyson Fury, so I'm cautiously optimistic. I'm just cautiously optimistic. Tyson Fury has heart. Anthony Joshua has heart. Dillian White has heart. Terrence Crawford has heart. Errol Spence has heart. Kell Brook has heart. Billy Joe Saunders has heart. Josh Taylor has heart. If you are a professional boxer, or even if you are an amateur, you have heart. It's not easy to do what they're doing. These guys get in the ring and fight for our entertainment. There are people who got killed in the ring. There are people who fought and got killed in the ring. And the people who have lost their lives in the ring, they didn't know that they was going to lose their lives that day. What he said, now this clown Alexander Grover said Mike Tyson showed no heart against versus Buster Douglas. Wow. Man, hey man, moderators, y'all block that fool, man. I don't like blocking people, man. Y'all block that fool. You can't come back on this channel no more. Block that fool, man. Yeah, block that fool. We not the fanboy channel. Hey, that's one of the fastest ways to piss me off. Go to questioning the fighter's heart. I'm never gonna question the fighter's heart because I know how hard that shit is, man. That shit ain't easy, bro. Peter Barnos, what you say, fam? C-class fighters have heart. They all have heart. And guess what? Your favorite fighter, at one point in time was a C-class fighter. And what I mean by that, what I mean by that is at some point in time, he had to go through the learning phase and he wasn't as good as he may be right now. Terrence Crawford, Muhammad Ali, Sugar Ray Robinson. You see what I'm saying? I'm saying, I'm saying like when they went into the amateurs or they first walked in the ring and first started boxing, they didn't come in the ring and was on a high level when they first came in the ring. They ended up developing that over a period of time, developing their skills. Some fighters have learn a lot faster than others. Some fighters just catch it right away. And some fighters don't catch it right away. But I'm never going to, I boxed before, dog. I'm never going to say no shit like that. I'm never going to say nothing like that. What do you say? King Midas. Malik Scott showed no heart against Wilder. He got hit on the gloves. I understand what you're saying as relate to that. Bruce Seldon. Some people say Bruce Seldon, when he fought Mike Tyson, he got hit and he just laid there. But I can't question another man's heart, though. I can't question another man's heart. You can say that, hey, you know what, man? He took a dive. Who knows? He could have took a dive that night. But I can't question the man's heart. Shit, some say that Buster Douglas took a dive against Evander Holyfield the second fight. The first fight, especially when you see the punch he got hit with. Buster Douglas got hit by a punch by Evander Holyfield. He laid there till the referee counted, and then he got up after the count was over with. That's taking a dive, but I'm not going to say no heart. I can't say that. I can't say that. I never say that, fam. I never say that. Never. And what you say, Michael Buff said, coach is moving like blue blood style. Goodbye. I don't like blocking people. You know what I mean? But when you go to saying shit like that, bro, that's and you are consistently. I think it's obvious that this guy's a troll or a fanboy. I can deal with a troll, but I can't deal with fanboys. I just can't. Will, what do you say, fam? Merrill Dixon say I can't argue with Midas on that one. Yeah, but I won't say he didn't have any heart. How do we know he didn't take a dive? We don't know. We don't know. He could have just took a dive. He could have got paid off. I don't know. But my thing is this here. If you've never been in the ring before, if you never had a fight before, If you've never been in a boxing ring before, talk to me then. Talk to me then. If you ever been in the boxing ring before, Halim, no. That's a difference between people stepping to you and say, hey man, listen, I'm gonna give you this money, take a dive against this guy. Because Malik Scott, I seen a few of his fights. He fought. He fought some good fighters. What you say, Will? I won't be surprised if Fury draws at some stage. I hope not, man. I hope not. But that's why I say I'm cautiously optimistic. You see what I'm saying? It takes heart and courage for a boxer to step through the ropes. Exactly. It takes heart and courage. Bro. You see what I'm saying? They really do. It takes heart and courage. That shit ain't easy. You know, we sitting back watching, betting on, root for our favorite guy, but this guy in the corner, his eye bloody, his nose bloody. Shit, Muhammad Ali had a broke jaw fighting Ken Norton. And he had a broke jaw, got his jaw broke when he fought Joe Frazier. And he kept fighting. I don't see too many good fighters, in the ring. Fighters have lost their lives. Tyson was getting the brakes beat off him by Buster Douglas for 10 rounds. 10 rounds. Mike Tyson ain't never got beat by no one punch. When he lost fights. He got his ass whooped. Tyson always, if you look at any Mike Tyson fight, he got stopped. I think his last fight, he might have quit on the stool or some shit. He was done. He was just fighting for money at that point. But I'm never gonna question a fighter's heart. Look at Dillian White. Dillian White got caught with an uppercut from heaven by Povetkin. Dillian White got caught with an uppercut that he didn't see coming. It got put to sleep. But guess what Hart does? Man, I got knocked out by this guy. Two things are going to happen when you get knocked out by a fighter. You're either going to say, you know what, man, I can't beat this guy. I don't want a rematch, or I'm going to come back and fight. Then they want to say, no, man, I know where I messed up at. I'm going to go back and fight this dude. What he did, he stopped Povetkin. You see what I'm saying? He did that. Merlin Dixon, what you say? Gotti Ward, 3. Man, Gotti and Ward. That was a hell of a fight. All 3 of them. How about the guy that walked out of the ring against Effie? Now that right there, that's an exception. I can give you that argument. The guy who walked out of the ring against Effie, he showed no heart. But that's not the norm. This guy was questioning Anthony Joshua's heart. If Anthony Joshua did something like that against Effie, you can say that. Anthony Joshua ain't never did that. So that's how I know that's just fanboy stuff. You see what I'm saying? Peter Barnock say, and listen, I was a fanboy of Mike Tyson, so trust me. Tyson knocked down Buster Douglas that night. The ref took his time with the count, and Buster got up. Yeah, I mean, I was one of the people who said that, but I got to piggyback on what Mike Tyson said. Mike Tyson said, no, man, I just lost. Mike Tyson was up snorting coke all that night with Bobby Brown. Listen, I tell this story, guys. I'm telling you some real stuff. Listen, there's a video. I got to find this video because I got to show you guys. I'm telling you, they interviewed Bobby Brown, right? Years later. This is like maybe a few years ago. They interviewed Bobby Brown. They was talking about Mike Tyson. He said, man, Mike Tyson, we was up snorting coke all night. He said, man, I told Mike, man, you need to go get some sleep, man. You got to fight tomorrow. And Mike was like, oh, don't worry about it. I ain't fighting nobody. I'm going to knock this dude out. We know what happened. Merlin Dixon, what you say? Mike Tyson said, yeah, he was openly openly said he was just fighting for paychecks towards the end. I don't blame him now. Look at him now on top of the world. Yeah, man, Mike Tyson is loved by everybody, bro. Yeah. Hold on, what my main man say? Haleen, what you say, fam? That's what he said. We have to be mentally prepared as a boxer, physically as well. Yeah, you're right about that, man. You're right about that. Especially when you get hit with a punch and you see stars and the bell start ringing in your ear and everything slows down. If you ever fought before in a ring, you understand what I'm talking about. You understand what I'm talking about. When you get hit with a punch that's so damn hard, if you've had boxed before, you know what I'm talking about. You understand this. Because I got hit with a punch like that. Dude, boom. Everything slows down. You don't hear nothing. And there's a bell ringing in your head. R.I.P. to Sweet Pea. Before Mayweather, he was the greatest boxer. LDBC still say Wilder Fury 3 is on. Listen, man, I love Pernell Whitaker. I was a fan. I know what it's like to be a fanboy. I was a fanboy of Pernell Whitaker. And I'm consistent at saying this. I was a fanboy of Pernell Whitaker. I was a fanboy of Mike Tyson. I was a fanboy of Roy Jones Jr. And I was a fanboy of Marvin Hagler. R.I.P. to Sweet Pea. R.I.P. to Marvin Hagler. So I know what it's like to be a fanboy. Trust me, I do. And my fighter lose, he didn't lose. He got robbed, cheated. So I had every excuse in the world. So I know what it's like to be a fanboy. Trust me. That's like life. Life beats you down. Life beats you down. You have to get back up. That's the beauty of the human spirit. Unfortunately, some of us, don't know if you haven't been through that. If you know what I mean. Yeah, absolutely. Merlin Dixon, what you say, fam? Tyson was all mess, drunk, cocaine up before a Buster Douglas fight. Even Michael J. White said it the same. Yeah, he was. This is true. This is true. Merle Dixon, what do you say, fam? When you see flash, it's like a photo. Bruh. Haleen, what you say, fam? Do anyone know how many brain cells pop when you get punched in the head? Wow. Yeah, man, for real, though. Peter Barnard said, I didn't like seeing Tyson lose. Me neither. Hey, bro, listen. Let me tell you something. I was so much of a fanboy. If the fighter that I was a fanboy of lose, I was mad for the rest of the week. Listen, don't talk to me. Don't call me. If we bet on the fight and you win the bet and you try to rub it in my face, me and you fight. That's how serious it was. That's how much of a fanboy I was, bro. So I know what it's like to be a fanboy. Trust me. I know what it's like to be a fanboy. Do you know how hard it is, in order to get hit with a punch, and you get hit with a punch so damn hard that everything slows down, you don't hear anything, the bell start ringing in your ear, and you have to recover from that, overcome that adversity, weather the storm, and then let's say you lose the fight or you come back and knock that guy down and get him out of there. That's hard as hell, bro. That's hard as hell. Real hard. I know what I'm talking about. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about. I got hit like that before. In the gym. In the amateurs. I got hit like that before. Right here in the state of Florida. Yeah, but I had a dude hit me so hard. Whew. I had one or two options. Take the gloves off, say the hell with this and leave the ring, or bite down and fight. I lost that fight, though. But I didn't quit. I bit down. Got my ass whooped, but I bit down. I'm just being honest with you. You know what I mean? Alan Skid, what you say? It's that feeling like your head has just been dumped on the water, and took a hook kick to the side of the face. Yeah, I never got kicked in the face. I don't know how them MMA dudes do it, bruh. I take my head out to the MMA guys. Them dudes some gladiators on the face, only to manage to snap out of it when the fellow is helpfully punch me in the face after that. Yeah, but listen, bro. Oh man, listen. I hated Lennox Lewis. not because of he wasn't a great boxer. I was mad at Lennox Lewis when he beat Mike Tyson. That's when I hated him. That's how much of a fanboy I was. If you beat my favorite fighter, I'm mad at you. I just started liking Lennox Lewis, liking Lennox Lewis again 2-3 years ago. Right now, I love Lennox Lewis. He's a good guy. And Lennox Lewis and Mike Tyson are the best of friends right now. Lennox Lewis' kids go over Mike Tyson's house and play with his kids. Lennox Lewis and Mike Tyson are real good friends right now. I love Lennox Lewis. And I was dead wrong for hating Lennox Lewis. I was not justified in doing that. I was wrong. I can realize that now because I'm more of a mature man. But you got some dudes my age, they still fanboys. You know, as you still get hit, fight doesn't stop as you're recovering. Yeah, exactly. Ricky Torres, what you say, fam? Bro, remember, fam, man, skydiving into the ring. Oh, yeah, I remember that. That's the Riddick Bowe and Evander Holyfield second fight. When the guy skydiving to the ring with the fan. I remember that. Honestly, honesty with Coach, great stuff. Yeah, man, for real though, bro, I'm telling you. Woo, boy, ain't nothing like that, boy. Ain't nothing like that. Ronald Finkley, what you say, fam? Ring my bells, come over with loudspeakers. Yeah, that's what's her name? Anita Ward, ring my bell. You can ring my bell. That's Anita Ward. One of my favorite songs. Meryl Dixon, what you say? It's even horrible, even in a street fight. All you can do is just hold on for dear life and try to recover. We don't see fights like that, Ward and Gotti trilogy anymore. No, that was blood. That was blood. No bloods, no blood, guts, and glory, man. Blood, guts, and glory. Sorry about that. Lennox Lewis definitely had the best right hand. Yeah, Lennox Lewis, man, Lennox Lewis was a bad boy, man. He bloomed later on in his career. He kind of like bloomed later on in his career, to be honest with you. But Lennox Lewis was a bad boy, man. Listen, Lennox was a bad boy. I cannot take nothing from Lennox Lewis. He's one of my favorite fighters right now of all time, heavyweights. Lennox Lewis was a bad boy. I would have listened, a fantasy match. Hey, Halim, check this out. A fantasy match. I would have loved to see Lennox Lewis versus Larry Holmes in their prime. I would have loved to see that fight, Halim. Lennox Lewis, I'm saying from a style standpoint. Yeah, salute the Don King. Listen, I'm telling you, I would have Southside boxing, Halim. I would have loved to see Lennox Lewis and and Larry Holmes fight in their prime. I would love to see that because Lennox Lewis had a mean jab, but in my opinion, Larry Holmes had the best jab. In my opinion, I was a Tyson fan, following him when he was 18 and still with Cuss. Yeah, when Buster Douglas beat him, I was mourning. Hey, listen. Listen, Halim, I'm telling you, man, that'd have been a good fight. Lennox Lewis and Larry Holmes in their prime. Of course, I'm gonna put my money on Larry Holmes, though. I'm gonna put money on Larry Holmes. That'd have been a good fight, though. Southside, what you say, fam? I got put down once, coach. It was the only time, and I went down heavy. It was like someone hit me in the head. Don't hit me around the head with their bat. Oh my God. Whew. I got up and finished the fight, but I lost. Damn, but that's whew. I'm just imagining that, getting hit in the head with a bat. I saw Lennox Lewis in Miami walking around with no security guards, and he was the champ then. Nothing but respect for Lennox. Yeah, man, for real though. I wasn't justified in hating Lennox Lewis, just the fanboy in me. You know, Coach, I'm jealous at you guys. You watch the golden age of boxing. Hey, man, listen, man, the fanboy in me, man. Listen, hey, you right about that, fam. Larry Holmes had a killer jab. Yes, he did. If Deontay Wilder want to know how to throw a jab, get Larry Holmes on his team. Get Larry Holmes on his team. Alan Skill, what you say, fam? That would have been a masterclass chess match. Yeah. And Larry Holmes had a chin, too. He got knocked down a couple times in several fights. He had a chin, too, but that was the bad boy. Lewis was a lot taller than most of his opponents and used that to his advantage. Yeah. And Lennox Lewis, what I liked about what Lennox Lewis did, and he did it to Mike Tyson. I hate that he did it to Mike Tyson. When he get a smaller guy and they lock up, he lean all his weight on you and he push you down. And then he'll try to hit you with the uppercut while he's holding you down. Lennox was a little dirty fighter too now. he was dirty now. He was dirty. Listen, watch some Lennox Lewis fights. When he fight a guy and they lock up, Lennox will put his weight on him, lean on him, push his head down, and then hit him with the uppercut. I'm telling you, man, watch that, bro. Watch that. Lennox Lewis was a dirty fighter too, man. A dirty fighter. Yeah, man. Listen, bro. I was so much of a fanboy that when my fighter got beat by another fighter, we looking to pull up on the fighter who beat him. Man, where Lennox Lewis at? Let's find him. We fixing to pull up on him. We coming deep too. Because we know we can't beat him. You see what I'm saying? Listen, where Buster Douglas at? Looking for Buster Douglas. We looking to jump Buster Douglas. Because he gonna get jumped. He gonna get jumped. Sam Brill, what you say, fam? I watched some old fights on YouTube where Lewis and Porter were commentating. Lewis was being a dick to Porter with subtle jabs here and there. Yeah, I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that, fam. Yes, you were justified in hating Lewis. I hated Ward when he beat I mean, I love Lewis. I love Lennox Lewis now, man. I'm just being honest with you, man. I love the guy now, man. You know what I mean? But I'm telling you, bro. And Buster Douglas, don't get me started on Buster. Listen, Mike Tyson have like 6 losses. I had beef with everybody he lost to, except the last guy. Tyson quit on the stool against. He was like, man, I'm done. He said, I'm done. I'm through. I'm tired. Because he could have beat that guy too. He's like, man, I'm tired. I mean, he quit on the stool to a bum too. But Tyson was done at that point. He was done at that point. I was just going to morning. Will said I was just going to morning. Graham, what you say, fam? Mark Breland and Marlon Starling, when they beat Honey Badge, oh man, because I was a fanboy of Honey Gun. Yeah, Honey Gun, yeah. I would like them too. Yeah, Mark Breland was a bad boy too, man. Mark Breland was a bad boy. Mark Breland was a bad boy. King Midas, what you say? Lewis had that crunk style. Yes, he did. That dude, listen, man. Listen. Lennox Lewis used to fight dirty. Hey, tie him up, put your weight on him, push him down, hey, come up with the uppercut. Lennox Lewis, man, y'all gonna make me have flashbacks and start by hating Lennox Lewis all over again. And I don't want to do that. Y'all don't want to do that. Lennox lived right up the road from me when he first turned over with Frank. He was just he was all right, coach. He had time for the people. Yeah, no, Lennox Lewis was a good champion, man. He was a good champion. He was a good champion, man. I'm not gonna say a lie to you, man. He was the best heavyweight of that era because he beat Holyfield and he beat Mike Tyson. He did that. You know, he lost to Rockman. He lost to Oliver McCall. But just because you lose don't mean anything. Just because you lose don't mean why does Lewis hate on Joshua? Yeah, I don't know, man. I've been hearing that a lot. I don't know, man. I don't know what it is about Anthony Joshua that Lennox Lewis don't like. Hold on. This is what I heard. I remember now. I heard because Lennox Lewis wanted Anthony Joshua to sign with his management company or something, and Anthony Joshua didn't do it when he was coming out of the Olympics or something. I don't know how true that is. Halim, what do you hear about that? I'm not sure. I don't know, Michael Buff. I have no proof of that, but that's what I heard. I remember having a party and staying up to 4 a.m. to watch Tyson versus Bruno. Was gutted when Tyson won, but as we never owned a tank. Yeah. We would never pull up on Tyson. Yeah, Tyson was crazy, man. He was a real street dude. He used to hang out down here in Miami with Convertible Bird and just hang out with the dudes in the hood in the street shooting dice. Tyson was doing crazy stuff. Everybody in the street. See, the reason why people like Tyson, so like everybody in the street respected Tyson. He was a genuine guy. Now he did a lot of messed up stuff. I mean, I can honestly come out and say that now, and Tyson would say that he did a lot of messed up stuff. Now Tyson wasn't, he used to get mad, going anger tantrums, and but for sometimes, not all the time. But he was a good guy, man. Everybody loved Mike Tyson, bro. Everybody loved Mike Tyson. Like he had the heart. When you are a fighter and you have the hearts of the people, they're gonna ride with you no matter what. Lennox Lewis had some losses and some wins, but he's still lineal through and through. Yeah, Lennox Lewis is a bad boy, man. Lennox Lewis is a bad boy. I didn't want to give him his props when he beat Tyson, but right now I'm not a fanboy anymore. Lennox Lewis is a bad boy, and he's one of my favorite heavyweights. And as a matter of fact, to be honest, he was the best heavyweight. He was the best out of And I know people will say, well, he beat Tyson when he was past his prime, and that is true. But Lennox Lewis is older than Mike Tyson. That ain't Lennox's fault. No, Lennox was trying to fight Mike Tyson earlier in their career. And Lennox Lewis and Mike Tyson been knowing each other for years. They used to spar against each other when they was teenagers. That's how far Lennox Lewis and Mike Tyson go back. They've been knowing each other for a long time since they was teenagers. Coach, did Mike Tyson fulfill his potential? I've seen a lot of people debate on what if he didn't get involved in the bad lifestyle. When he went to prison for the rape case with Desiree Washington, which to this day I don't believe he raped that woman. You had women in America showing up to court, protesting, speaking up for Mike Tyson. The women didn't even believe it. You ain't never seen a woman side with another man on a rape case, but that man ain't raped that girl. I don't believe that at all. No, she's showing up at his hotel 3 a.m. with a nightgown on. Oh, I'm just here to get an autographed picture for my father. Child, please. 3 a.m. with a nightgown on. But I ain't gonna talk about that. You know what I mean? Because I know that's a sensitive subject. I don't think Lewis fought Bo. No, they never fought. Well, they fought in the amateurs. Lennox Lewis stopped Bo. He didn't knock him out, but he stopped him. The referee stopped the fight. He stopped the fight. Lewis don't like Joshua because Lewis' wife's cell phone screensaver is Anthony Joshua. Jazz, what do you say, fam? Losing can be a good thing. Half of Fury's problem now is that he's desperate to hold on to that unbeaten title. He needs to step up and prove it once and for all. Well, Tyson Fury is undefeated, man. So until he loses, he's an undefeated fighter. That's the fact of the matter, That's the fact of the matter. Tyson ran into that woman, and it just got worse from there on out. But Mike Tyson made poor decisions. What I like about Mike Tyson, he doesn't make excuses. He doesn't make excuses. I remember standing up. You see what I'm saying? Tyson doesn't make excuses. Did you rate Tommy Morrison, coach? Yeah, Tommy Morrison was a good fighter. Stick up for yourself. Tommy Morrison was a good fighter, bro. Had a mean left hook. Tommy Morrison was a good fighter. Tommy Morrison was a bad boy, man. He was a bad boy. Peter Von Ark say, I didn't believe Tyson raped the girl either. Yeah. Lennox Lewis fought Bo in the Olympics. Yeah, he did. He fought him in the Olympics. Hold on, we're gonna wrap it up, guys. So let me answer a few more questions before we wrap it up. What you say, Javis? What you say, brother? You say Fulton versus Figueroa September 11th. How's kicking ass? Yeah, that's gonna be a good fight. I want to see that fight. I'm gonna talk about it. Hey, listen, guys, we're gonna talk about Josh Taylor tomorrow. Josh Taylor, Jose Ramirez fight is next weekend. Yeah. Next weekend. Yeah, as you know, I got my money on Josh Taylor. Listen, I love Josh Taylor. I love that dude, man. That dude can fight. Not taking anything away from Jose Ramirez. Jose Ramirez is the bad boy too. But I'm going with Josh Taylor, guys. I'm going with Josh Taylor. As a matter of fact, we're gonna drop a video on that tomorrow, talking about Josh Taylor and Jose Ramirez, because I do want to focus on the upcoming fights. We did cover the Billy Joe Saunders and Canelo Alvarez fight, so I really do want to fight. I really do want to focus on the upcoming fight as well. Southside Boss said, true, coach. He could have done so much more if that didn't happen to him, but it was all manufactured because the heavyweight boxing was finished and no one wanted Mike at that time. He did say he broke his back, coach. Spinal. Hold on. Who are you on? He broke his back. Who are you? Diallo Huggy. Who are you talking about, fam? What are you talking about, fam? Michael Buffer. What do you say, fam? Coach Lewis wanted to take AJ back home, and Eddie Hearn stole him, and Lewis was mad. When AJ beat Klitschko, the Britain media made AJ ahead of Lewis. Oh, okay. So that's some politics stuff, some political stuff. All right. Oh, you talking about Mike Tyson? He broke his spinal. Yeah. All right, everybody, man. Listen, man. It's about Coach Malachi Williams signing out, man. I want to give everybody a shout out in the chat, man. Shout out to my main man Diallo Huggy. Shout out to my brother Halim. Shout out to Peter Barnarks. Shout out to my brother Ronald Finkley. Shout out to my brother Halim. Shout out to Southside Boxing. Southside Boxing, man. Salute to you, fam. Shout out to Jack. Marciano versus Tyson, man. That's a fantasy match. Well, who knows? That's a pick'em fight. You know, Marciano was a bad boy, but I don't know. Shout out to Graham Taylor. Shout out to my brother Michael Buffer. Shout out to Imperial Kingdom. Shout out to Diallo Huggy. Shout out to Alan Skill. Shout out to Julson. Shout out to Cool 123. Shout out to Jack. Shout out to Javis. Shout out to Smith and West. Shout out to Peter Barnarks. Shout out to Jez Edwards. Shout out to Sam Greer. Shout out to Jethro. Shout out to let's see who else. King Midas, just like King Midas, as I was told, everything that I touch turned to gold. Shout out to Graham Taylor. Shout out to Will. Shout out to my brother Alan Skill. Shout out to what is it, Drago? I think that's Drago. If I'm Drago. Shout out to Smith and West. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat. Once again, shout out to Nick G. Once again, shout out to Merrill Dixon. And I think that's it. Shout out to Efren. Shout out to Efren or Ephraim. I don't know how to pronounce your name, brother. Shout out to Ricky Torres. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Other than that, this is our boy Coach Malachi Williams representing guys from New Media Today USA Boxing. We're going live tomorrow at 3 o'clock. And peace.
Man, I'm out of here, bro. Let's go.